Waffle,
Are we
waffle.
live? I think we're live.
Are we,
Waffle,
I
are we
do
live
this
yet?
every time.
Are we?
waffle, waffle, waffle,
Hello?
waffle, waffle.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Are we
Hello?
there?
Anyone
Hello.
out
Are we
there?
there
Yep.
yet?
Haha. We're
Hello.
live.
Shut up and have a strawberry opal fruit. What?
So we are going to probably talk about the generations tonight. And how we treat mental health differently and differences and micro generations. I did a little
Micro?
research.
Who are you calling small? Fuck.
No, it's the Generation Joneses. And
Generation Joneses? What does that mean?
Okay, so
that like-
there's
They're Jones and
they're not boomers and they're not Gen X's. So they
need a
identify with their own little smaller generation. So it's a gap generation.
I've not heard that before.
Yep, there are these new gap generations that occur between the two generations. So if you're not quite boomer and you're not quite Gen X, you're not quite Gen X and you're not quite millennial.
So you're on the cusp.
There you go.
So
Perfect.
do they have like portmanteau names? So like it's Gen M for millennial Gen X crossovers or something like that, or
Yeah, so millennials have Zennials or Xennials, and those run from 77 to 83. And so that's right between Gen X and millennial, right? So basically Gen X kind of ends around, they say around 1980-ish. And that's kind of where millennials start, but sort of not really. I mean, this stuff is not clean,
No.
And people...
It's like based on 14 years of difference in age. So it's like, it's 14 years.
Well, yeah.
I thought it was always 20. It's about 20 years.
I
Generation.
I think it's around that sort of thing. I'm not sure. I don't even know if there is a set time period, because I think some of the generations differ in length as well. Because it's like trying to look at major societal changes and things that might indicate, or economic conditions or whatever.
I guess AI says it's like 15 to 20.
Wow.
It's not exact.
It was like 14.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
also
exact.
like depending on who you ask will give you different ranges for the years. It's a bit like astrology. If you look at a star sign, it depends which way you look as to where it begins and ends. So yeah,
exactly. But and two, what I'm figuring out too. Okay, so they're talking about Generation Jones being about 9 years, which is a long time, compared to the Zennials, which is only about 5. So I found that kind of interesting, why the Generation Jones is such a big gap, whereas the Zennials, and there's also Zillennials, which are between millennials and Gen Z. And that's only a 5-year gap as well. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why they figure that, but
yeah, because
anyway.
if the Jones generations or the interstitial ones are going to be that long, doesn't leave a lot for the actual generations left over.
Exactly. I mean, Generation Jones, they're saying, is 54 to 65. Well, the boomer generation kind of ended around 62-ish in my mind. And Gen X started around 63-ish. So saying that 54 and 65, that's a long time. That's 9 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit peculiar.
Yeah, I've always identified Gen X. I'm painfully Gen X.
Well, this is it. My understanding is I'm like mid Gen X, so I'm not like on the cusp where am I Gen X? Am I this? Am I that? Nope.
Yeah.
Gen X.
Yeah,
Slack in the middle, pretty
I'm
much.
smack dab in the middle of Gen X. Probably the middle third of Gen X. Frank,
Yeah.
what's up?
No, Frank.
Oh, Frank.
But I
Hi,
know
everybody in chat.
in our
Hello,
community
everyone.
we have Gen X, we have Boomers, we have Millennials. I don't know about Gen Z. We may have Gen Z. I just may not know it.
Is Gen Z like 25 and below, or is it?
Yeah, like my stepson's Gen Z and he's 22.
Right.
So, 80. I would say it starts at about 2000, roughly the year 2000, probably.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Ish.
And that's the thing as well. Like there was some discussion here initially about are we going to call this new generation Gen Z or Gen Z? But you know, again,
Yeah.
American culture wins out. It's like, yeah, I guess it's Gen Z then.
Yeah, and then the next one will be Gen Alpha. I guess they're going with
Yeah.
Greek
Oh, yeah.
letters
I've
after
heard that mentioned already. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to be
Oh,
born.
hi, Michael
Oh,
Songs.
goody. Hey, Michael Songs.
Okay, Paul.
So-
But like, if they name the next one Generation Beta, it's going to be awful because people already get called that anyway, right? It's
Well,
like now
that
you're
is-
legit.
that is
from
actually-
Beta.
yeah.
That is actually the next one.
Yeah,
Generation
no,
Beta.
right? They
Oh,
need
it
to
is,
change
okay.
it to something
Alpha
else,
and
like
Beta,
Generation Bagel, so they don't get picked on as much. Don't call them Generation Beta. That's awful.
You know that they'll come up with something like that, though, because they
Yeah.
always do.
Yeah,
You
your eyes
know.
are too close together. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Your mum smells like hamsters. Father farts elderberries. I don't know, do something.
The closer to aliens we start to look like.
Yeah. Now, E has very kindly displayed a handy table on screen.
I like this. Gen Beta.
Greatest generation.
25 to 39. Good lord. I'm feeling old now.
Oh,
What the
don't.
hell? Oh,
I know you see
dear.
numbers on people's profiles and you think, what are they? And then you realise it's their frigging birthday, and you're like, oh, jeez.
You ever go? Well, here are the legal age
Shut up, E.
to drink is 21. You go into the party stores, right? You go into the convenience shops, and they
Yeah.
have the sign. You know, if you were born before 1990 something, is it now?
We will
Or-
ID you or
See,
something.
no, it's like 2000, the year 2000. I go, oh my god, really? Shit. Oh my god.
When were you born, Liam? Oh, about 3/4 of the way through the last, no, right at the end of the last millennia. It's like, oh, Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah, the year I was
Ugh.
born begins with 19. Hey, Shelly's sister. What is up? So, yeah, we have differences in how we treat mental health, too, which is also interesting. And it's progressive, I think. Boomers, they were like, walk it off. And Gen Xers, a lot the same, I think.
Yeah.
Walk off your shit.
Millennials, it's like, we'll just own nothing and be happy with it, I guess. And so
Well,
it's
like-
like
You have a
quietly
more
No one-
progressive idea toward mental health, though.
no one cares about what the millennials want. We're kind of like the middle child, where it's just like,
Yeah.
you got the boomers and the Gen Xers who kind of had control over everything, and then
Yeah.
things just kind of get handed on to us. But then it's just like we don't like millennials. We don't get houses or cars or nothing.
That is
You know?
an issue, yeah. Well, that's
And then,
the state
but
of
then the next
economy,
generations,
so.
they're fucking doing great. They got it's like I guess they're
Well,
you
Gen X is not so great. Some of us are doing
Yeah.
great. I would say I'm
um,
pretty okay, but
the younger
I
generations for
don't
some reason are.
think my career is all that lucrative. I'd have to work my ass off, and I will probably be working until I'm 75. But and that ain't no shit, especially with the state of Social Security. But yeah, and that's a whole thing too.
Social Security. What's that? I don't think I'll ever see it.
I may not see it, so yeah. You know, and I'm Gen X, so you know, good luck with that.
And it's gone.
Yeah, and that's
We're
your
just
money
gonna
too. By the
we're just
way,
gonna
guys,
take your money and we're gonna
Just
put it in
saying.
this account, and
and
it's gone.
Yeah, and that's what they did. Yeah. It's been gone though for a long time. It's been done, gone. But that's another story for
I
another
mean,
day.
like you say, there's like with myself, I'm Gen X and I haven't got anything. I could have owned my own house within inside 20 years, like from my early 20s to early 40s, maybe even mid 30s. I could have easily bought a house on like minimum wage, even, right? But I didn't want to own a house, and I still don't. The only reason I'd like to own a house now is so that didn't have to keep moving at the whim of stupid landlords, right? It wasn't even that it would be cheaper because rent and mortgage was the same consistently for decades. So yeah, but like say, like in the round, statistically, most Gen Xers on average are doing better than millennials, and millennials are probably going to do better than the generation after them. As
Right.
bad it is, and statistically speaking, boomers did better than Gen X. But if I remember correctly, Gen X is like the last generation to do better than the previous generation, and millennials are the first ones to do worse than the previous generation.
Right.
So
Man,
Yes.
I remember all the freaking millennial hate. You know, just like the millennials are killing this industry and that industry. I read one article. It was like millennials are killing the laundry soap and fabric softener industry because we're not using fabric softener anymore apparently. So we're killing that industry. And
how
like,
could you?
well, it's because, well, I'm sorry. It's $30 for a bottle of shit that I don't really think I fucking need.
Well, that's yeah. I actually had somebody at work, and she's not much older than me, but she was arguing backwards and forwards. Educated woman as well, apparently, and she's saying, "Well, you need to use fabric softener," and I'm like, "No, I don't. I haven't used it
No,
for
you don't.
decades. Why do I need that?" And she's like, "Well, it makes your clothes softer." And I'm like, "I'm hardly walking around in sackcloth. I don't understand what you're talking about." And it's to and fro, and it's like, look, if I don't want to buy a bottle of fabric softener, however often it is, that's money in my pockets, another pint of beer or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right? It's just
or
like,
for me, it's like fucking magic cards.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
The
Whatever.
only
Anything
thing I can
else,
fucking
right?
own of value is magic cards, which is like
Yeah.
it's about $2,000 in this motherfucker.
It's like I believe in being clean, but it's almost like keeping up with the Joneses, but when it comes to being clean with things, not just with our personal selves. Because back in the day, it was perfectly acceptable to have a bath once a year, once a month, once a
Yeah.
week. I know people in the summer that have a shower 3 times a day, and I'm like, do you really need to do that?
That's a little
Really?
excessive, though.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
a little,
you'd be like,
just a little.
that
Probably
would
just
dry
getting
me
in
out
there
like
just
a
to.
prune.
I mean, I don't know, probably just getting in the shower just to cool off, like
Well,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you're like me, you sweat like like incessantly, like it's.
Well, look,
You
you
know,
need
I
to
mean,
wash your clothes in soap powder, fabric softener. Use some pre-treatment on it as well. When it comes out, make sure you spray it well with Febreze. And then when it gets
God.
stale
If
after a
you're-
day or two, make sure you spray it with some deodorant before you put it on. Be great.
if you're especially
Why does everyone get asthma? No
frugal,
idea.
if you're
What?
especially frugal, just shower with your clothes on and wash your clothes with you, and save a little water and
Oh, that's great.
soap. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
soap.
Just be
and-
Kill
grateful on buying
two or
soap
three
powder.
birds with one stone.
Just be grateful on buying
totally.
soap powder. Never mind fabric softener. I was just showering with my clothes on before now.
I mean, if you ever like had to like live out of a hotel, like you would have done something like that where you shower and you have your clothes in the fucking shower with you, and you're just like stomping on your clothes to stomp out all the fucking dirt and shit. Because
Oh,
because got money for laundry facilities.
I
I've heard
knew
of
a
it.
guy. I knew a guy that in the 2008 crisis lost his house. Right, he went into foreclosure, and he had to move into one of those pay by week hotel places. Right, and it was like,
Man.
yeah, no laundry, and then how are you
Is
gonna
that where
cook
you can pay,
food?
put money in a bed and it wobbles, that kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exact. It was terrible, but yeah, it was a sad, really, really sad situation. Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but it was like that. And yeah, hot plates. Nowhere to make your food. It's just a bad situation. And he was born in '65. This particular person, my friend, and he was not doing as good as his parents at all.
No.
Not
It's
at
like
all.
here apparently 20% of boomers are millionaires when you consider the value of their property. But at the same time, there are boomers that are eating cans of beans in a shared house that are freezing cold. So,
Yeah,
but as a generation, boomers are doing better than all of us. So,
yeah, they are. I mean, as a generation, for sure. And I know a lot of Gen Xers that did very well. Became doctors. I know a guy that's on NPR like pretty much every day. You know,
finally,
but he also, when we were kids, he was on Jeopardy and he won that too. And he was 14, so destined to be
Jeez.
successful, I guess. Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Doug, Doug, Doug.
Perfect timing on the awesome face.
And the thing is, the generations get blamed for this because the younger generations aren't doing as well. People say silly things like, "Well, millennials eat too much avocado toast and all this," forgetting that when we were younger, we didn't have avocados in the shops, and then when they first appeared, they were really expensive, but they're not so much
Yeah.
anymore. And it's all
Yeah.
just different things like that. It's like if I
Oh,
saved all my
yeah.
avocado money for a year, I'm still not saving a deposit for a house. Like, come on, let's be serious.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I believe with Gen Xers, when we were young, the whole thing was coffee. The big
Oh,
thing with
was it?
coffee
Oh,
houses and
right.
coffee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You,
everybody
you
went.
go to your Starbucks. All you do is go to Starbucks. Bitch, no,
Uh,
I don't. I rarely ever drink Starbucks. If I do, it's in a can that I get at like a Dollar Tree or something.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
I buy the cheapest shit I can fucking find. Generally, it's not even Starbucks. It's like gas station brand coffee. Like,
Well, like when we were young, we had independent places that were coffee houses, like
Yeah.
actual coffee houses. Like we had a place called Java the Hut. It was actually really good coffee. And then we had a place called Gotham City, and it was a coffee house. But we would do stuff like they had live action role playing. They had like vampire, the vampire games there, and a couple different ones.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool, and so there was activities and things like that. And then we had another one called Java, which was just basically a hangout. And then there was one right down the street from it called Bravo, and that was more fancy,
Right.
actually.
sounds fancy.
It,
Bravo.
Bravo. It
I'm
was very
getting my coffee at
Italian.
Bravo.
It was supposed to be an Italian coffee.
Bravo.
They had Italian ice there, which was really good. I like that.
Yeah, it does have that.
Shit.
If that was in England, it'd be called Tally Ho or something. Let's go to Tally Ho and have some
Tally-ho.
coffee.
Tally-ho.
Coffee.
Well, it's
I'm
like
drinking with my finger.
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Little pinky up.
it's like like in Friends, they had Central Perk. That was kind of exactly what the stuff we
Yeah,
did.
I love that. But the thing is, like you say, like coffee shops could be. I mean, I know they're still, private establishments, so it's not like a public park. But if more cafes open themselves up as more like third spaces, where you could do and had kind of like different themes, like you say that Batman one or like Gotham,
Yeah.
whatever, and things. Because there was one. There used to be a caf stroke milkshake bar where kids could go in and like play, console games and stuff, and that was really good. But it didn't
that's
last very
cool,
long.
yeah.
It didn't last very
Yeah,
long, but it
see,
looked really. I thought if I was 20, I'd be going in there.
and we had stuff like this too. Jeremy's talking about live music
Oh, look
Thursday
at that.
nights. So we would do that at Gotham City too. I had a friend,
Yeah.
my friend Sean. He played guitar and he wrote music and he would perform there.
But they
And
got
I had
other artists as well. That's the thing as well. That's cool.
Yep, and that stuff's, and he met his wife there. See, that's really cool. So we used to have that stuff, but I don't think that's popular. It doesn't happen at all anymore. We don't have that. They are all gone. All those coffee houses are gone. They've been gone for ages. They just went out of fashion. I don't know why. There's another difference between generations too. I think that Gen X, we weren't born with computers. Where I don't think millennials were really either. Not all millennials were.
I don't know. My dad had the Apple Macintosh LC2, which was like, they called it the pizza box. And like it was like, it was like, I remember playing like SimAnt and SimCity on that, like, the original Sim games.
I played SimCity.
Maxis.
Those were
on
funny.
this, playing those games on this old Macintosh, and then like we got a Gateway at one point.
Oh God, Trashway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Gateway too. I had a Trashway too. Those were nice because everything kind of just came and you just plugged and played. That was the nice thing about gateways. But
I still remember the AOL discs and the dial-up sound.
ding, ding.
Zing, zing.
There goes your phone bill. That's what that said. There goes your phone bill. But we would always keep
Welcome.
the discs and just like re-up, so we always had free AOL.
Yeah,
The longest time.
At the end of the dial-up sequence, welcome. You've got mail.
Yeah, Tandy 1000 and DOS. I remember that. Yep. Hey, unsecured signal. Unsecured signal.
And then you had
I
your
remember those.
messenger. You had your messenger list, and you had people like whenever they'd sign on or sign off.
I remember going into the really early AOL and the chat rooms. You'd have this selection, right, of different categories, and you would go in, and there would be a ton of different chat rooms you could go into.
Yeah, it was the Wild West, and you could get in so much trouble in those chat rooms.
Oh man,
They were dirty. I mean, I was like 13 years old going into the chat rooms on AOL and being like, this is, I shouldn't be here. Like, yeah. I think most of the chat rooms that I went to when I was a kid were probably like, I bet most of those guys were probably on Chris Hansen shows like at one point or another.
I was
like,
gonna say it's like chat roulette.
Oh, that was the earliest before even chat roulette or Omegle. It was like fucking. Yeah.
It's really bad. Yeah, for little kids. I remember trolling a few of those. I was pretty terrible. Hey, Adon, I remember I would just go into the really religious ones and kind of challenge people and mess with them a little bit. And then I felt guilty. I wasn't doing anything nasty. It wasn't like I was pulling an atheism thing on them, because I'm not an atheist. But I would start like, I'm the problem of evil.
Oh
like,
God,
that's just awful.
easy stuff.
Yeah, really.
How old were you?
I was like 20.
Right.
It's just,
Cool.
let's see. Let's drop this bomb. Okay. Discuss. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, it was terrible with that kind of stuff. And
It
then
was
I
really
started
fun.
feeling bad and stopped doing it.
It was kind of fun to just drop into a chat room, sort of fight and leave, and then like come back and see if this fight's still going.
It's still going. And then people would drop out of chats and have their own chat. What the hell was that called? It was a side chat or something.
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah.
were weird. It's like, oh, those two have gone off with their own chat.
They've gone
Where
over
did
there
they
to
go?
whisper in the virtual corner.
Totally. So, yeah, all those things. But, so, you think you always knew computers then, E? Or was there a time when you didn't know computers?
I always knew computers because even when I didn't have one of my own, I still had like there was like my one friend who I talked about before. He was like a computer whiz, and I learned a lot from him, especially about like how to do all sorts of shit like pirate games and things.
Yeah.
All the bad
Yeah.
stuff.
I think we
I
all
learned
did
from
that.
him. He was a bad influence.
Kurt's dad did that. So, when I learned that, I didn't feel so bad about it.
But yeah, I mean, I pretty much, I've always pretty much had computers. But it was also like I also had video games. Like, I grew up with I got a Sega Genesis 1 year for Christmas. Or no, it wasn't even Christmas. It was just randomly like my mom just bought me a Sega for whatever reason, and then
Here, play this. Shut up.
and then PlayStation came along, PlayStation 2 and all
Yeah.
that. And so I've always had video games, computers, things like that. But like we still went outside and played and did things. And kids now, it's like
It was just another thing you did. It wasn't like
Yeah.
everything like the kid. Yeah, my stepkid, that's all he did was play. It was PS3, PS2, PS3, PS4, and he bought his own PS5. He's had all those iterations of the PlayStation. That kid. It's like ridiculous. And I don't even think he really plays it anymore. He bought that PS5 $500. I never paid that full price for any
Yeah,
of his
he's
gaming
probably
systems.
better off keeping it though, because the motherfuckers are like going back up to like $800, $900.
Oh, if I know him, he'll keep it. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, because I heard for a while that electronics were due to go up for various geopolitical reasons, and I was wondering that when that was going to start to work its way through. So
Well, yeah,
that's a big increase. That's a big increase.
That's a huge
Well,
increase.
and now Sony's talking about how they're not going to be doing physical games after 2020.
I've heard of this.
2027 or 2028. I think.
So they can just you buy a game and they can just yank it from you, basically.
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's
people are
one-
mad about this, and rightfully so. But at the same time, we are going in that direction. We have been for a while.
Yeah.
And you're getting mad at one company for doing something that literally every company is doing.
Well, you think
At
the
this
way
point-
you can still buy physical music, but a lot of people stream it or download files or whatever. So it's like from a company point of view, why would you spend money shipping physical items when you can just send it down
Yeah.
a wire? So yeah,
Well, yeah, and I think most of the people playing these games are not Gen Xers or boomers who
they haven't got the
want that
sentimentality to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
because
we-
how many of us go, I want the physical album in my hand, or even the CD at this point, but it has to have a good fold-out inlay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You want the
me,
artwork.
but
You
yeah,
want right? Yeah.
I'm Gen X. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's so many people of the younger generations that care as much about that.
Yeah.
Whereas we were brought up in a world where that was everything.
The thing is, like, I still keep my CDs, and I would still play them, but I spend so much on YouTube. But I used to say to my kid, like, if the internet falls over one day, for whatever reason, and I mean, I was saying this to him like 15 years ago. The world's getting more unstable and stuff. The internet might be down locally or whatever. At least if you've got something locally stored, you can just play it. You don't even need the internet. So,
And
but you know, you have the internet's there for your whole life. You're never going to think it's going to go.
right.
But with drone technology and all the rest of it now, even if you're the US and unlikely to have a land invasion, somebody might take your internet infrastructure out with drones and then, you know, or power stations, whatever. So, yeah.
Or even this, like on Secure Signal says, they stole 5,000 plus of digital media from them over one lost hack
Oh, no, you can't play the
Gmail
game.
account.
Shit. Oh,
That's what I'm
bad.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
kind of stuff
bad.
I'm talking. Even just
And-
that,
Ooh.
just some type of fraud or having something that could
Yeah.
your Gmail account fucked
The,
up.
the latest Grand Theft Auto game, GTA 6, they said that Rockstar said they're not even going to do a physical release of it. That if any physical release is just going to be a code in a case. So
Right.
why even print those out and
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what, Anon? If I had something to play them on, I'd take them. I'd take
Yeah.
those 8-tracks in a second. I loved 8-tracks. 8-tracks sounded great. That was the thing about 8-tracks. They sounded great. It just never got off the ground because of the medium. It was
Oh,
weird
I was
to
going to
play.
say, because I don't ever remember seeing an 8-track, but of course I've heard people talk about them and stuff. And
yeah.
I thought
Big
it was just because
clunky-
of the age I didn't know about them, but you're saying it didn't really take off anyway.
It didn't. I mean, it did. It was
Big
popular there for a
clunky.
few years. Like I remember,
Right.
my brother had this one little machine, and you can still look them up. They came in colors. It was a box, literally
Yeah.
a box. You put the 8-track in there, and then it had this like lever on top that
Right.
you would punch down, and that would change the
tracks.
tune.
Right.
Yeah, and of course they were always 8 tracks.
So
Doug
it's
hated
it's
them.
like a cassette player, but just, you know, the
Yes.
technology is a little bit different, but it's essentially a
Essentially the same. It was just
Right.
the cassette player
Okay.
had this little thin tape, and the 8-track was thicker tape.
right.
and the 8-tracks looked kind of like a cassette version of like the old NES games.
They were big.
Okay,
they
yeah,
were
with the
big.
cartridge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big clunky cartridge style.
Would you have to
thing.
blow the contacts the same if it got dusty?
Well, it's a tape, but I mean,
Oh, right, okay, yeah, of course. Silly me. I was taking the analogy a bit too far, eh? I'm sorry. I got carried away.
which and it's funny you mentioned that though, because like now, like like later on as an adult, I'm seeing videos that are saying you should never blow into your cartridges because
yeah.
the spit will like oxidize the
Yeah, it'll
contacts
mess up
and
the.
destroy them.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is like what we
Dude.
did like religiously whenever
Yeah.
a game was.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When really all you had to do was just reseat the game in the console because it obviously
Yeah,
was
you
making
didn't have
contact.
to blow on it. It was just a psychological thing.
Oh, so you thought we all thought we were fixing it and we were actually making it worse all along. Flipping heck.
But I remember I was really, I was only about 5 when 8-tracks were really popular, and I always wanted to go to his room and kerchunk it. I wanted to kerchunk it because it had the top thing, and I wouldn't go. My brother, he let me in because I wanted to listen to this one album. He said, "Don't break it." Do this.
Yeah.
Don't break it. That was really sensitive, that part of it, I guess.
Right.
So it was easily broken. He was like, "Don't break it. Don't break my shit."
Pookie's got food. I think we ought to go around Pookie's. Pookie's got food. What food have you got, Pookie?
Yeah, what'd you get us?
She's
I
probably got
think pizza, I
Chipotle.
hope.
She probably got
Tacos.
Chipotle. She's got like a barbacoa burrito bowl or something.
Too funny. Oh my god.
Which at this rate, I'm kind of fucking sick of it at this point.
I can't imagine.
I get
cannot
my free
imagine.
meal only purely for the fact that food is fucking expensive, and I work for it, so I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
But then now I almost neglect the shit. Like I eat a little bit and I just neglect it for a while. Like,
I had to throw out all my lettuce. I had to throw out all my salad. because of the cyclospora that's going around,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
not getting that. Thank you.
Nobody wants ED,
No, not.
explosive diarrhea, or ED.
I
Definitely
not
not at the
that
same time.
either.
That's terrible.
Yeah. You know, we were having this conversation at work about, we're like, oh man, Taco Bell, you know, their lettuce is contaminated, you know, but it's only like Taylor Farms lettuce. We don't have Taylor Farms lettuce. And then we all looked at the lettuce box sitting on the counter and
Taylor
we're like,
Farms.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
because I
Because
was
all of that comes from that one company, and that's exactly the I buy these mini salad kits, right? Because they're easier than chopping all the lettuce. So, you know, when I'm working, I can just go dump, and eat it. Well, I'm not doing that anymore because now all that bag salad is like contaminated.
That's it. Because I was gonna tell you guys because you were saying about Taco Bell, and I had it was Taco Bell, but the supplier behind that was Taylor Farms, and then I forgot
Taylor
to
Farms.
tell you. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I should have.
But yeah, that's the exact brand that I had bought, and so I said dump, 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 dump. Just threw it all out. Oh well. Luckily, I hadn't spent that much money on them, and it was only a few of them, so they just went, and none of them
You
made
know,
me sick.
we-
But still,
We use at Chipotle this thing called Victory Wash, which is some like I don't know what it is. I guess
like
like a
veggie
sanitizer
wash.
for food, and yeah.
Yep.
So we use that before we prepare anything, but still, just the fact that it came from we're all talking about it. We looked at the lettuce and we saw Taylor Farms, and we're like, oh shit,
yeah, it's scary.
literally.
Yeah. Well, and any of that. Well, and two, it's farming practices, and we've run into this in Mexico before. That's
It happened
exactly
here as well with bag salad for exactly the same reason. I forget the details, but it was basically water with shit was being sprayed on the salad. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
what they
gross.
do too is bad farming practices. So they'll have
Yeah.
a pig farm uphill of the lettuce farm, and they'll water the pigs down, and all the poop will run down into the lettuce. They don't
This-
have any controls for
But
that.
you get the same sort of thing with chicken places, if I
That
remember as
too,
well. And it's
yes.
like it just blows my mind that these places don't treat that stuff because in those, if you've got a couple of chickens and they're pooping, but when you've got intensive farming of these animals, and nobody thinks that the runoff might be worth treating as like sewage. Because
Exactly.
it's like it's pollution at the end of the day. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
I gotta wonder about bag salad though. Who really eats it? I mean, like, okay,
I
so
did.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
I would
convenient.
I would buy bag salad. I would buy the smaller ones, and I'd say, okay,
That's what
I'm
I
gonna
did.
eat salad all week, right? I
Yeah.
don't. I eat one bag. I maybe eat through one half of a bag, and then the rest of it sits in the drawer and just rots.
Oh well, the thing is, like, you can get smaller bags. I only get it when it's
Yeah.
reduced. But
Yeah, I get the $2
That's what I
bag.
do.
It's like
But
but it
you
still
get big bags.
rots.
This is the
no,
mini.
because
I get
just
what.
eat it.
Yeah, I get what Limey gets, and I eat it all week. I eat it for lunch, so it's quick. It's like literally rip,
Well,
dump,
a little
dump.
bag of salad I'll eat in one go for myself anyway, because that's how I
Yeah.
eat. If I get a bigger bag of spinach, then yeah, kind of by the end of the bag, I'm tired of eating spinach because it's a lot, but it still don't go to waste. So
You're just
Yeah,
chewing spinach like a
I love
dinosaur.
spinach.
Just like
So you can have it with your lunch, and then you can stick it in a stir fry later or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, I've done that. I've used spinach in a lot of. Spinach is actually better than lettuce in a lot of ways because it has more vitamins and it's got more nutritional
antioxidants.
value.
And
got-
it's
Yeah,
got
lettuce is
iron.
kind of just water.
It's good.
Yeah,
Look,
it
I mean,
has a
look at
nicer
Popeye and tell me
texture
it's
to
not
it.
good for you.
There you
Seriously.
it has a nicer texture to it for sure.
Yeah,
It's
that's true.
you know.
Did you know
go. And it's
that,
more
that
of a flavor.
Popeye is based on a real guy and he used to eat spinach?
Really?
It's based on a real guy. Honestly, Google it. It's a really interesting, cool story. Honestly.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. And apparently he used to get in fights all the time. and he did, but he was like nice to kids and stuff. Yeah, it's really interesting story. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Because I was, yeah, I got into the cartoon when I was a kid. But anyway,
yeah.
yeah, spinach is, and I don't know that it has as much problems as lettuce because I don't know why, but it hasn't touched the spinach yet,
Well,
which
there
I'm
was
happy with
there was
at
there was
least.
some, I think, some recent like E. coli outbreaks with spinach as well. So, I mean, it's like, what are you gonna do? I guess it's just like everything you eat is probably going to kill you at some point.
Yeah, it's a risky business eating. Unfortunately, we
It's
kind of need to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, and they were talking about, of course, because I buy strawberries and sometimes I buy raspberries. They're a little expensive, but I buy strawberries on the reg. And of course, they were like, nope, nope, it could be hiding in the strawberries. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to get blueberries this week. Great.
I was just seeing Boomer's comment.
Where is it? I don't see you, Boomer. Oh, there it is. Ew.
I think it was in
And
response
then
to Angela saying the pickers need to wash their hands because apparently that
Yeah.
is like a hygiene thing or whatever. But again, it comes down to like if you're at work, you think they would have processes. I mean, God, I used to handle
Yeah.
plastic, and you would get like your knuckles wrapped if you got a spot of oil on plastic, right? And this is food.
Oh, yeah.
This is food.
Yeah.
So
You would think that and there's not. I mean, even the FDA isn't that great.
it's
They,
going to
they
be.
do weird shit.
It's
our
like if
food
that's lack of
supply.
training or lack of running water or whatever, then that's cost cutting from the company as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So it's just not good. So I just took everything from that company and I just threw it out. I was bummed too. I was
yeah,
like, damn, there went my lunch
yep.
for the last week. Oh well.
what am I gonna fucking do? Eat some fucking potato chips or candy or something? I can't eat.
Well, it's
fucking...
kind of made me feel that way. Like, I still have like tomatoes and different things, but I'm like, you guys
I
don't
don't
want me
think.
to eat raw
I don't
veggies
think.
or something. Like,
I
you
don't
can still
think
cook
gummy
them and eat them.
bears. I don't
Gummy
think gummy
bears.
bears get cross contaminated or anything like that. So might as well just eat those now.
Yeah. If in doubt, just eat sugar. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Eat some cookies.
Well, they use sugar as a preservative, so it's bound to be fine. Make jams and things to preserve fruit, don't you? So yeah,
There you go.
it's bound to be
Yeah,
clean. Get it down, yeah.
it's a tough choice between something that's
Green
going to
leaves
give
and
you
sugar.
it's going to give you diarrhea, or it's going to fundamentally warp your DNA and give you cancer.
That's
So
another crazy. Oh my god. That's another thing. Like between, our generations too. There seems to be quite a high rate of cancer with Gen Xers, even boomers too. Than there was.
Apparently, we've all got lead poisoning as well, or something.
Oh, no wonder we're crazy. Okay,
Well,
that makes sense.
asbestos
Yeah.
and lead poisoning, and all the hazards that you
Oh yeah,
hadn't
because
picked
we
up
were
on.
around before they had de-leaded petrol. I remember that being a thing, like leaded and unleaded petrol
Yeah, I
and
remember
stuff.
that too. Yep.
So
Ooh,
yeah. Well,
So we're all
that's-
nuts.
Yeah,
I think,
and some of us probably
crazy.
still had lead piping in place. I can't believe there's still lead piping around in some places. That's insane.
Yeah. In my old house, there was lead piping.
Insane.
Yeah, there was lead pipe in my old house.
Crazy. Did you know I think that's why. Actually, I'm going to shut up because I don't know if that's true. No, scratch that. I might have to have a quick Google in a minute.
yeah,
I was about to spread some misinformation, I think.
Flint, Michigan, just is like notorious for its
Oh God,
example as to
yeah.
why you don't have lead piping and
I've been seeing that story on and off for years over here about the water in Flint. It's fucking
Well, that was even
gross.
a worse situation where they switched water plants from Detroit to this new water plant that they had put money into to start. And it was through the whole reason they were doing that was because they wanted to gain money from a fracking company, that they were going to
Right.
allow this fracking company in to, you know, get out natural gas from the rock underneath.
Yeah, but fracking needs to frack off.
Exactly. It
Okay,
was a
frack.
horrible thing. There
The
were a
thing is, we
bunch
see
of
what it
politicians
we
making
see.
a lot of
Yeah,
money.
we see what it does in the States, and it's poor quality fuel anyway. What you can get out of the crap, right? And you see all
Exactly.
the stuff about contaminating groundwater in the States and earthquakes and all that, and they go, "Oh, what should we do over here? Let's do it up north, where we'll sell it to them on the basis of investment in post-industrial, so the equivalent of the Rust Belt." Never don't normally get earthquakes in this country. Now they're getting them up there. It's like, oh, I wonder
Yeah.
why. Just a
Yeah,
coincidence that they happen to be
exactly.
fracking where they are. Just
Yeah.
Jesus.
Gee, I wonder why we're getting mysterious
Oh.
booms.
Yeah,
There was,
and
yeah,
water being
this,
shit as well. It's like,
yeah,
just cut
yeah.
it out. Cut it
But
out.
yeah, and it's because you've got people that are making a lot of
A lot
money
of money. Yeah.
through this. And that's exactly what happened with the whole Flint thing, was that you had people
Yeah,
that
that's
wanted to
nuts.
make money through this whole thing, and they ended up ruining an
And it's not
entire
just Flint
thing.
either, like you say, but that's been going on so long and has been
Yeah.
so bad.
Oh,
Just
it was so
yeah.
bad. Babies were getting burned. I mean, they were trying to give their baby a bath, and the baby was being chemical burned from the water. Oh, that's what made me so angry, was the little kids. Oh, that made me so mad.
Jeez.
It still makes me angry. Yeah. So, yeah, and then infamously, we had Obama drinking a glass of Flint water here, and I was just
Mm,
like, that isn't Flint water. I'm
no.
sorry. He was like, why did you do that?
That's oh,
Yeah, he
I
was
hate
here
that nonsense.
he was campaigning. He was like, oh, the water's fine. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, they
shut
must all
up.
be just lying in Flint then, I guess. Whole town. And
Yeah,
the
I mean,
photos are all fake, because I've seen videos and stuff of that stuff, and I'm like, I don't know that I'd want to wash in that, let alone drink it.
no, no.
Oh,
And I think to this day, they're still bringing in bottled water to people.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd say it'd be
Yeah.
going on years when I kept, because I'd hear about it, and then it was like a year or two later, it would come up in the news again. I'm like, shit, is that still going on?
Yeah, yeah, it's bad. I don't know when it'll end. It's not like they can just switch back, you know? They
Mm,
can't just go back to Detroit. It's not like you can just switch the line back. Once they quit, they quit. And I have to say, there is one thing about Detroit. We've got really good water.
hmm
Very good water system, very clean water. To the point when I travel, I have to be really careful about drinking the
Yeah,
water, kind of ease into that,
yeah.
type of deal, because we have such clean water. But yeah, I don't know what that has to do with generations, but there you go. Um,
It's
Oh, I don't know. Because we're probably like the last generations that are going to even know what clean water even is.
well,
God.
yeah, and the whole
Huh.
charging for water, and are they going to start charging for air? There's my
No,
Well,
question.
the,
I think there's a few
that's
movies that are like with the is like a plot line where like air is a commodity that you have to pay for, and
the thing is, I've been joking about that for the last 5 years or whatever, because like when I was a kid, I couldn't get over the fact that you pay for water because I was like,
Yeah,
it falls out the sky, right? Then
yeah,
when I got older and understood about infrastructure and you got to pay the sewage workers and all that, I was like, okay, I understand, right? But then you think the argument will be in the future, the air needs scrubbing, you've got to pay somebody to scrub it. It's not our fault if you can't. It's like you guys with medical care, us over here. If you can't pay for food and water, then there's supposed to be a law here that they can't cut your water off if you don't pay for it, but it does
okay,
happen sometimes.
yeah,
So I can't see why they won't make the same argument for air. Absolutely.
I know.
There's just no reason. We've
It's
got to pay
scary.
somebody to force that air into a pressurized can for you to sup on.
Yeah.
And they actually already sell canned air in some places in the world.
Yeah,
So
they
I
do.
don't. It's kind of already here. Yeah.
It's scary. Like
Yeah,
I,
it's not
it's
our
like
fault. We can't all be expected to pay for your air to breathe. If you can't afford it, tough choke. Goodbye.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And lately, with all these Canadian wildfires, I can see why you would need some canned air.
Yeah, right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's been so bad, you know?
Right.
So it's you wonder just and here you get stuff like, okay, so we've got with the electricity and the heat and everything, not everybody in Detroit can afford to run an air conditioning even if you
Yeah.
have one.
Yep.
So what they do, and this is super dangerous, but you see it all over the city, they pirate the electricity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they steal it from another house, or
Mm-hmm.
they'll shimmy up and they will risk getting electrocuted to
Yep.
do this.
Well, people used to do that here to be like before LEDs. People would do that here. Nick, like tap into next door's electricity because for all the lights to grow cannabis, it was a really high electricity bill. So they would nick it from
Yeah.
next door. It goes through their meter, or because I used to work in that industry, like sometimes they'd even hook up to a lamppost outside on the street and nick energy from that. So,
Exactly. And that's a lot
yeah,
of what they do here. It's just
yeah,
from the post. And they'll
yeah.
shimmy up the post all the way up the post and
Hmm.
just pirate it.
Hmm.
And
But that, yeah, like you
So
say, like we're now they're starting to discuss having a maximum heat at work because it's getting so like because I overheat easy anyway, so it's often hot for me at work, right? But I understand for most people it isn't. But now
yeah.
when you're talking to like it's 30 to 35 degrees outside
Yeah.
and you're working in an office and you can't open the windows and it's just just
It's
awful.
awful. It is.
Yeah.
And then you've got like where I sit in the office, you've got the vent right sitting right over your head, spitting out
Mm,
black dust on your face. It's just wonderful.
lovely.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm not a fan
It's
of.
um
I'm not really a fan of aircon because, like, um, somebody in a call center of 60 people gets sick, and you're forced to come to work because you're all on really low wages, and you get disciplined even if you're genuinely sick for daring to take a day off sick. So you all come in. Everybody complains that you're spreading the germs, but we all know you can't afford or daren't take the day off, and then we
yeah.
will eventually get the cold one after another for the next month or so.
Exactly. Actually, they
Ugh,
passed a law here in Michigan after the pandemic, stating that everyone, no matter what job you do, mandatory, you get 9 days off of work for wellness. So if you get
oh,
sick,
yeah.
like you get COVID or something like that, you can take
Hmm.
5 days off
But
and
that's
not
the
get fired.
yeah, that's the thing. Like we have sick days here, but it normally works. I think it's I don't know. It's like 10 working days or 15 working days. It varies from job to job, but you normally get something. And I think there might even be a legal minimum requirement. And the thing is, like, if you're the kind of person who's like prone to colds and flus, like I am, or you've got some of the like chronic long term condition, then you can have all the doctor certificates in the world, but the company will
Yeah.
still say, yeah, but you're taking 12 days off sick a year, so we're going to have to sack you. And you go, well, why?
See,
It's
that's
not
I
like I'm
I
crappy.
lying. And
actually
they
had
go,
to.
well, because your contract says you've got to work and the maximum allowed is 10, you've taken 12. Well, we're not good enough. Goodbye. They're just, some places are just so strict on that stuff. So we've
There's
got minimum protections, but yeah,
I I actually had to call off of work the day when our air quality was up in the 800s, 800, 900s
It was
mm,
bad.
with air
It was the
quality
equivalent of
index.
smoking
mm,
like 12 to 16 cigarettes within a 24-hour period, just breathing the air outside.
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Which is nothing to my grandmother. She smoked like, you know, a couple packs a day, and they were menthols. So,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
sure she would
even
have.
so, just
She'd be like, "Oh, this is so good." She would have
yeah.
loved it. She would have gone outside. She'd be like, "Oh, this is delicious."
I was a smoker too, and that was not the same. That was so gross. You went outside and all you smelled was burn.
It smelled like a
Ugh.
burning car. It was
It
like
did.
burning burning electronics.
It did. It was gross.
Like
So
if you've
gross.
ever if you've ever had like a burning battery or like your brakes go bad on your car and you can smell them, that's what it smelled like outside.
Yeah, just nasty. It wasn't like a nice, bonfire or anything. It was just bleh.
I let my dog out for like a minute and I was like and just being near the door I was suffocating. I'm like
that kind of smoke's disgusting.
It was really nasty, and it just hung in the air. It's just bleh.
It was just like a gray haze everywhere.
It just hung, and today I looked out and noticed it was mostly gone. You could see it way up in the air, but it wasn't low in the sky like a few days ago.
Like the air kind of had a bit of a thickness to it. Like
I think you should get a wall built and get Canada to pay for it. It's their smoke. That's what I think.
I think
Because the smoke couldn't go over the wall, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure the president's already on that train to charge.
Yeah.
Canada
I'm sure
for-
all those theories are already out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Wouldn't be
pretty sad.
surprised. Pookie said about the FMLA, and I thought that was something to do with "fuck my life already." Family Medical Leave Act, which apparently is up to 3 months unpaid job protected leave. So is that a new thing?
I've had to do that. I've had to do
Right.
that, actually. I did that for my mom when she got brain cancer. You can only do it for certain family members, so immediate family. Right. You can't do it for your aunt or something like that. But you can do it for your mom, your dad, your brother,
siblings
sister,
and children, maybe.
and children, and your spouse.
Right.
But extraneous family you can't do it for. And it's a certain period of time that you have to sign it. There's certain rules you follow. But and you can take an intermittent, which was really nice because that's what I was using it for.
Oh, that's not bad. So somebody's better and then goes into remission, or that's not too bad.
And it was what I did it for, is to be able to take her to her treatments.
Yeah.
So I was still working. It was just I didn't want to use my vacation days to take her to treatments. So then I could use that instead. I could claim FMLA, and they would be like, okay, it's fine because it's approved. So I had so many days
that's good.
I could use. Yeah, that was under Clinton. We got that. That was good. Yeah. So that saved me a lot. It helped my brother too because he owned a business and he couldn't get away.
You don't have like a federal minimum for paid sick leave?
No,
No,
that's all up to the corporations and the states. In some states, it's like that, but not all of them.
That's-
Yeah. A lot of
because
people
the
are
thing
just
is, like I say, we have it here, and I know how hard it is to get it sometimes, but at least we have it as a default here. That you guys haven't even got that, so
No, I mean I'm lucky in
we
Michigan.
have?
Here, it's 9 days mandatory, no matter where you work. Right?
yeah,
They have to give it to you.
I just think you should have a bare minimum federally, and then
Yeah, we
after that,
should.
if companies or states, because it's like here we've got a minimum, but then companies give you more if they feel like it. Tends to
Yeah.
be, if you get the more you get paid, the more likely you are to get extra paid leave, which is kind of silly because you think it might be the other way around, but that would make more sense.
The attitude here is like, oh, you want that here? You gotta get it.
That's the thing, because we'll
or
complain
jump
about
through
it
jump through
here.
the hoop.
We'll
Jump
complain
through the
about it
hoop.
here,
Oh.
and I always think, yeah, but it's worse in America. But then there's
So-
people here that think, yeah, but it's better in America, and I'm like, in so many ways, it's not really.
It's like jump through this hoop. Oh, you can't because you don't have legs. Aw.
Oh yeah, yeah. Quite.
Pick yourself up by the bootstraps, you freaking landworm.
There's the attitude, and I heard that a lot from my parents
Yeah.
growing up. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. That was the thing with
Oh,
them.
that yeah.
The
You see,
American
that's one of
dream
those
is
phrases. But
toast.
the original intent of that phrase was to demonstrate something that was impossible, and now it's used to say just get a grip and stiff upper lip
Yeah.
almost.
And,
Right.
Whereas
and the
where
That's what
to
it
pull
fucked up
is.
thing
yourself up by
is,
your bootstraps is actually like to me, what comes to my mind is the cover of a Mad comic. Pull
Yeah.
yourself up by your bootstraps because it's like
Right.
anti-gravity.
Yeah, it
But
seems
people both
silly.
here and there will use it in all
I
seriousness to
agree.
mean, oh, that's what you should do. And it's like, but it's against physics. Who do you think you are, Star Trek commander?
Yeah, it's like yeah, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. The American dream. If you work hard, you'll get everything you want, but or every and this and that, and it's like, well,
All your dreams will come true.
we already know it's bullshit. But then it's even more bullshit when you have like families who have lived on a property for their entire lives, and then suddenly a fucking electric company comes to your door and says, "Oh, we're gonna have to take your house because we want to build lines to go to a data center," and it's like all the people that who have picked themselves up by the bootstraps, who have worked really hard for what they have, now don't get shit. Because the,
Yeah.
the offers they're giving are such lowball offers. You have a house that's worth $200,000, which is a high price for a house, but that's kind of the average these days.
No, that's fair
And
price. Yeah.
they want to give you 40,000.
What?
Well, what are you going to do with that?
What?
The low
And that's
ball
the
you
company.
so
That's not even a compulsory purchase order from the government or whatever.
No.
no, they just do this.
How
They
can
call
they-
it eminent
how-
domain. They can do what they want. They can just take it from you.
But isn't that the government? That's not the.
Some
Well,
of
that's
it's
the
government.
and
Some of
and
it's
the
government.
companies.
Because I thought
And
like eminent domain and CPOs were government rather
that's
than
government.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to
Right.
be limited to shit like them building highways and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
infrastructure.
would
But
say-
now they're doing it with data centers.
Oh,
they're
is this
they're
because
pulling
of the whole
eminent domain
because we love tech bros and crypto and all that bollocks? Is that
and
great?
AI.
And the
Big
blurring
AI
the line
data
between
centers.
the company and the state. I mean, that almost sounds like communism to me.
It's
Well,
not
yeah, I mean-
it's not good. And if I were one of
Palantirs.
those
Fascism or something.
if I were one of those homeowners, I would start studying those types of laws.
Yeah.
Because I think those companies are pulling some
Pulling a fast one.
bullshit.
That's the thing.
What
Like
we're-
these companies and stuff and government even will take advantage of people's ignorance. Like, it's just insane.
Yes.
What we're
definitely.
beginning
That's
to
what they're counting on. Actually,
what we're starting to live through
Yeah.
is what's called a
Rude.
technocracy.
right.
It's literally technocrats. It's people who are ahead of the technology game.
Yeah.
Palantir, Sam Altman from Palantir and all them, fucking flock cameras and shit like that, AI,
Yeah.
facial recognition, and like fucking even Walmart's doing this thing where like they're changing prices.
Oh
The
no, they're not
dynamic
doing
pricing.
dynamic pricing.
Yes,
I
Which
heard
I've
about
seen
that
that.
a while ago. I
Yeah,
heard
you go
about
into
that a
the
while ago.
store, the price tags aren't even paper anymore. They're just this little digital, small
Yeah.
little LCD screen that will change the price. If they read your face or whatever, you looking kind of angry, they might just raise your blood pressure more by making that fucking bottle of Tylenol even more expensive.
That's
like
sick. That's really gross. Wow.
I thought
Yeah.
the dynamic pricing was more like they're looking constantly at prices so they can adjust them up and down and then like make the most amount of profit out of you to the
That's
millisecond.
right, and that's
Just
they do
one
that
part
with
of it.
healthcare. They
Right.
do it with. We used to. Well, when I was at J.P. Morgan Chase, our healthcare program, instead of our insurance, right? How it worked was they would go out and find competitive prices and then argue at your doctor to reduce their price. And that's
Right.
how they saved money. And they would try to tell you, "Ooh, we saved you money. You didn't save me money. You saved yourself money. I still paid you the stupid same damn premium.
Oh no, really? So why are they even
Yeah.
telling you? Surely that's just rubbing it in your face.
That's
You've
all it
just saved
was.
money, and you're telling me you're still going to charge me the same
It didn't
price.
save me
What do you
money.
want me to do? Smack you in the face? What are you expecting? A round of applause. Well done. Come here closer so I can smack you. What the fuck?
Congratulations for cheaping out my doctor.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to cheap out my doc? You
Well
know?
done. You saved money. Good for you.
Yeah, great.
I'm the one who's ill.
Yeah. So the insurance company made more money on me than they would have before. Oh, congratulations. Great.
Yeah, we know you lot. You lot are great.
Oh, the worst. Yeah, health insurance is really bad in this country. But,
Yeah, but
I don't know.
what E was saying, I can imagine, because they already do that kind of thing on Facebook, right? If you're looking at, like, I mean, they do, Gmail does it, you'll send something an email about a holiday and all of a sudden you'll get adverts for travel companies. But I could imagine if they had little cameras on the shelves and then, look, oh, you're that age and you're a young girl, we'll try and, like, entice you into the cosmetic beauty aisle and, make you, because they do that shit on Facebook already, don't they, and stuff like that. So.
They have cameras, but the cameras are like, the cameras are everywhere, and in fact, they also judge your emotions when you walk into the place, if you're angry or if you're happy or whatever, on whether or not they should fucking follow you around and make sure you're not stealing shit.
They do that all the time.
Which I go into an aisle. Anywhere I go now, can I fucking go shopping without something fucking beeping at me all the goddamn time? I go into an aisle and there's a little screen that says recording in progress, and there's my ugly fucking mug. Thank you, asshole. For being at an angle where I can see the bald spot, and and then you're dinging at me the whole time on top of it, like. So I flip them off. I throw them the fucking finger. And it's like, so if I get asset protection following me because of this, well, I'm flipping them off too. And you're going to get that for your cameras. You're making my experience here worse.
Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, they're going about shopping experience, don't they? And it's like, well, yeah, don't film all the fucking time. That'd be one thing.
Oh, and
Walmart. Like you say, you've got security cameras. And then, like you say, they could incorporate AI and try and sell you things or interact with you in different ways depending on how you look or whatever. What's this film? The only aisle that they film you in the supermarkets here, in my town and city at least, is when you're on the spirit aisle. Then you see yourself on camera. But do they do it do they do it on all the aisles in supermarkets?
Oh my God.
In Walmart.
In Walmart,
particularly in Walmart, it's like
every aisle has a fucking camera, and you can see. It has a screen. You can see yourself.
No.
Now in certain other ones, like Meyer,
on the spirit aisle, and I hate that. I hate seeing myself on camera anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, stop doing that.
I hate Walmarts. The only way I shop at a Walmart is I get delivery. I will not go into a Walmart. First of all, the aisles are filled from the very top to the very. I don't even know how you would get up to those top tier shelves, but they have stuff on them, and they're like, it feels like, and I'm short. It feels like they're 10 feet high.
Yeah.
So you've got these walls of crap. Just walls and walls and aisles of it. And that already just gives me claustrophobia, in a way.
Yeah, I went into Wally Mart in Asheville, and I think at the time Asheville was like 110,000, and that Wally Mart was as big as our biggest supermarket, and our city's like around twice the size.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, this is massive, and there's no one in it.
I know. It's insane. It's great. It freaks me out going into them. And then you've got all the cameras. There's cameras everywhere. Because they're constantly trying to catch you stealing.
Or scratching your ass.
As if that would really even hurt them. I mean, really? I don't know. There's so much crap in those stores. And you can't tell me that they're paying that much for it because, Walmart just is notorious for screwing their suppliers. So they're not paying full price on any of the stuff that's in there. They're
No,
making a
no.
lot of money on it.
Like,
So
yeah.
how
The
much
thing
are
is,
you
like,
losing?
a lot of the price you pay in the supermarket is for the fact it's the rental price for the shelf to the supplier.
Right.
And that's why the own brand supermarket stuff is cheaper because they don't rent the shelves to themselves, they own the shelf. So all they've
Right.
got to do is put it in their own can and then charge it more at cost to them. And that's where your money goes for your branded stuff is to the supermarket, not the brand. So because my parents always used to say to me when we were younger, that can of beans is the same as that can of beans. It's just got
Hmm.
one's got a branded label and one's the own store's label, right?
Right.
And I
Right.
thought, well, that's weird, but I can kind of see, Tesco's doesn't have a baked bean factory. Tesco's doesn't have a farm. It made sense, right? Then I got older and learned a bit more about how supermarkets worked. And I went, oh, that completely fits with what my parents said. Like,
It's,
Yeah.
Tesco's don't have a cornflake factory. They're Kellogg's. They're just in a Tesco's box. They don't rent the
Exactly.
shelves to themselves. So then you get to pay more like what it actually costs to
And
produce.
that's why largely I will buy, the store brand over
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
regular brand because it's
Yep.
literally
you
You're
so
just
much
you're
cheaper.
just paying more money for a better graphically designed label on the can. That's all you're doing.
Exactly.
you were talking about how tall the aisles are. This is a screenshot from Idiocracy,
Yes.
Costco.
Yes.
Oh,
This is Costco, but I mean it's also kind of Walmart too.
Walmart's
right,
like that.
like big box
Costco, Sam's
stores,
Club, which is a part of Walmart.
the big box
Um,
stores, right?
that's
Stack it high, you
exactly.
sell them low.
Welcome to
How are you
Costco. I
supposed to
love
get
you.
all the way up there?
Well,
Leave
if
it
you're really
alone.
top,
Welcome to
it doesn't matter.
Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco. I
Mm.
love you.
And
Where'd you
what
get
Boomer
your law
says,
degree?
since I'm like literally watching pennies even more than I used to. Boomer's absolutely right. The cheaper stuff is on the bottom near the floor, and the higher price stuff is at eye level. Because then
Yeah,
you have to go looking and bending, and who wants to bend down? So you have
I
to bend
know.
down to look for
Yeah.
the cheaper stuff. Yeah.
Well, and we have this buyout store too, and they do sell food, and it's fresh stuff. It's not outdated or anything. It was just like somebody bought too much of it, and so sold
Yeah.
it to this buyout place. And
Hmm.
I'll buy a lot of my canned food there because
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely.
literally 50 cents.
Yeah.
You can get a bunch of
Oh,
different
they produce
vegetables
cans at
and
our
stuff.
place because they're dented, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
That's
don't
only a
care
problem
about
if you're
that
going to
either.
keep it for a year before you eat it, and there's nothing lasts in my place for longer than a week, so it's got
No,
no hope.
I don't want
You
to.
might even
Yeah.
just eat the can because, you know.
Well, you never know. Being vegan, I need all the iron I can get. I'm about to pass out.
Right.
This feels so good on my fillings.
Ooh, yeah. Chew some in tinfoil.
Oh, oh, ah, oh, make
That's
your
the
teeth
worst
itch.
feeling in the world. It's like electricity going right through your
Like,
skull.
it's a sad state of affairs when, like, as a millennial, I'm looking at the price of silver because I'm thinking about, like, cashing in the fillings in my teeth.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, look
Don't
at
I
do
that.
wonder how
that.
much I can get for this.
Oh,
I thought they even stopped using silver in fillings. They use some other metal. I don't
hey,
even know.
Brad. I don't
Bread!
know what they use because they used to use mercury at one point, but
Yeah, they did. They used all kinds of messed up
uh,
shit in your teeth.
Brad.
But yeah. So yeah, speaking of generations, that's a lot different. Because when we were
Yeah.
kids, especially dentistry, I went through hell and torture with dentistry. I hate dentists, and no, uh-uh. And it's so much different now. My last stint at a dentist was so much easier than my entire childhood. It was incredible. Yeah,
But
the technology that they have now.
what's changed or improved then? Is it like, yeah, is it
Everything,
just they're
X-rays.
gentler now, or the drugs are better, or
the drugs are way better. They know kind of more of what they're doing with them. So it's not so painful.
Right.
And you don't need drugs after either, which is pretty amazing. So they have
Yeah, you
different
see,
techniques
because
there.
like I say, I never had a fill until I was a lot older. So mine was just like they give you a few local injections, do what they got to do, and then that's it. But
Okay.
so I've never
I
had
had
anything beyond that, like a couple of teeth pulled, and that's kind of it.
I had too many teeth in my head growing up.
Yeah,
So
my best mate's daughter's got that as well.
I had teeth growing out of the side of my gums
Blimey.
when I was young. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to have a few teeth pulled, and it was horrible. Traumatizing. Okay. Like the way that this dentist that I had handled it and everything, it was traumatizing.
Yeah, well, that's
never
going to
want
make
to
a
go to
big
another one again.
difference.
It
Yeah.
was bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
I decided I was gonna try to save some time and get with one of these multi-practice physicians, and so I got an appointment with this dentist / proctologist. Don't go see Dr. Russ T. Hook. Don't go see Russ T. Hook. He'll leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Boom.
Oh, Tommy.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Oh, that's. I should have known that was coming. The doctor combination. It's like a.
Yeah, don't go see Russ T. Hook.
But yeah, so I think there's been some improvements in total medical things between generations. I think that
Yeah, like you say, I
Y'all
think
younger.
like pain relief, they've maybe made it more targeted, and there's certain drugs that work better for different kinds of pain as well.
they're figuring
Yeah.
that out better.
Yeah.
If
a
my
lot better.
if my grandparents, if my grandparents, like back in, like fucking even just 20 years ago, had gotten like a diagnosis for like heart failure, that would have been the end for them, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, now like my doctors have told me like, no, that's not really the case anymore. Like, yeah, heart failure is bad, but like it's not a complete death sentence.
No, they know
Yeah.
a lot about the heart and what they're doing, around it and they know more about that than they know, let's say, about cancer. They don't autoimmune diseases. I
Agreed.
don't think that any medical community in the world is dealing with that very well at all. Any of them, and that includes cancer and celiac disease. And,
Gary says his kids didn't get enough teeth. Well, dude, that's why you stopped playing hockey with them. Stop using them as target practice for your ice pucks.
Yeah, stop getting them to catch the pucks with their teeth. That would probably help.
should I have donated some, Gary? I had to. Yeah, no, that was miserable. I hated dentists. I still hate dentists to this day, even though they're a lot nicer than they used to be, but I still hate them.
Sorry, I just saw Brad's comment. I'm so sorry.
I just saw that. Okay. I have to put that up because it's too good. I have to Okay, I'm not even going to try.
Recululitis or something.
Rectilitis.
Rectilitis.
You shitty outlook on everything.
Yeah, that's a short.
Kind of reminds me of the episode of South Park, where Stan, like he gets, it's his birthday, and like he gets 1 year older, and all of a sudden everying is shit.
Yeah, they
Sounds like
diagnosed him
shit.
with. They diagnosed him with Asperger's because they had given the kid flu shots the year before or something. Yeah, and everything that comes out of everybody's mouth is
And he's just depressed, and he just starts drinking. Was it like
Starts drinking. Well, he's in the group. Remember, they take him to the Asperger's group, the group therapy, and they're all acting like the one guy pees on him and stuff, and he gets in the room, and they're all acting like they're disturbed, and the mother leaves, and then they're like the Matrix, and that's when they give him the alcohol to drink. Drink this, and you'll be in a new place, and everything will look better.
every day he's just drinking.
And he's drinking vodka. He's just drinking vodka. If you get drunk enough, it's all fine.
but everyone, but like all of his friends think he's an asshole because like he gets so jaded, and it's like and but then like the adults are like, nah, that just happens. You get older and everything just starts sounding and looking like shit.
Like
it's
shit.
Just like
Well, and the doctor tests him. He's like, well, it could just be that you're maturing. Let you listen to, what was it? I think it was Bob Dylan. I hate to say it. But he makes them listen to, first they listen to something, I forgot the band name that they liked. It was some made-up band, and it sounded like... And then he puts out, well, let you listen to Bob Dylan. This is more mature, and it sounds like... And then it's just Bob Dylan singing over, like, some harmonica with fart sounds. And it's just like, nope, I'm jaded toward everything. It all sounded like shit. Too funny. Oh, Gary finally caught up to the teeth comment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that, anyway, getting back to generational things.
Generations, yeah.
Differences.
So you mentioned about mental health and that. So you're saying, like, it has improved, like, people can talk about it more now and stuff like that.
Where
but,
yeah, went from boomers where they just, that's private. They didn't want to talk about it. With us, we'll go through therapy or a little bit, but we'll basically handle it ourselves. But Gen X coined the term work-life balance.
Yeah.
And we are into self-care and self-help tools, but we're more like, I'll deal with it myself.
Yeah.
Do
you think that's because we, like, again, in broad terms, we were like feral latchkey kids? It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We
did it ourselves.
I say millennials are kind of like that, but we also are very defeatist and just kind of give up on shit. If it doesn't work, it's like, well,
but
okay.
Millennials will openly talk about mental health issues, whereas boomers and Gen Xers not so much.
We openly talk about it in a way that's like, dude, you are fucking pissing me off. or it's like, I can't fucking take this shit. I am losing my mind. And that's how we talk about it. It's just outbursts.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Millennials are more willing to talk about it, but their mental health is worse than Gen Xers and boomers. It's like, it's just, and I suppose that's part of the thing as well. Like, it's, because it has improved, but it's different because, like, it's good to talk about it, but also doesn't necessarily solve anything, because people say it doesn't. And because, like, for myself, I find it does help talking about it if you're, like, really, really depressed. But at the end of the day, your problems are still the same. So it's kind of like you can get stuck in a loop where you're always talking about something, but if you're not, like, putting any work in or changing things, then you're just going to keep coming back to it, kind of thing.
That was my thing with talk therapy, and why I wasn't so into it for myself was exactly that. You're sitting there just talking. It's like, okay, but what am I doing? And I actually went to writing therapy, writing it down, and then being able to look at it and then even, like, burn it if I had to as a physical manifestation of getting rid of something. If
like
that was the case, right?
like an exorcism, because like you'd be writing out whatever's bothering you on paper and then binding it to the paper and then burning the paper, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like an effigy in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But it was more like it's like a human way of separating yourself from that crap that you just all got out from your brain into the paper. And then the like a ritual thing would be to burn it so that that's gone. That's in the past. It's done.
Yeah.
So and did I do that with everything? No. It's just certain things, that you want to get rid of. But that helped me more than just talking about it, I think. I don't know. It's just a different technique.
Like newer generations, we just like fucking crash out on social media now. That's how we talk about our issues.
Yeah, but I noticed a lot of people my age too, my generation, they overshare on social media. I've seen that, and going weird ways, like even positively, like kind of making their lives look better than they really are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because there's like people doing things on social media, like pop stars and rappers doing videos. Like rappers will hire the jewelry, and people are hiring out a sports car for the day and trying to make out it's theirs.
Yeah.
Or then again, like even before AI, people were doing Photoshop. Look at me on holiday, and it's like, no, we can see the faint line around your outline. You're clearly not there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You take a selfie in a certain way, and you can fake it till you make it.
People, and that goes back to my thing of like, you can never really know, even if you know somebody in real life. Like if you meet somebody and they're telling you, "Oh, I've got this, that, and the other. I'm doing really well."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they could. It could all be flim flam. Right? It could all be a front and everything. And it's like, no, you're not.
I found it.
It's a lot easier to do that online, though. To edit your life or to completely misrepresent it is a lot easier online than it is in real life. But,
and people won't question it there. So I have a friend that on her Facebook, she knows this woman that constantly tries to post how many steps she's taken by a certain time of day. And it's usually like 7 a.m, and this woman said, "I've done 12,000 steps." Bullshit, my ass! Fuck you! What'd you do? Get up at 3 a.m. and then walk to Saskatchewan from Detroit? No. We sit there and discuss it. I'm like, she's lying.
It's really far away. When she goes for a midnight fridge raid, it's miles. Leave her alone.
She's sleepwalking.
Yeah.
not even consciously knowing what. You're just up and out and about, just sleep.
She sends me the post, and then she'll say, "This woman's makeup is perfect." Blah blah blah. She hasn't been out there very long, and she's saying she's taken 12,000 steps. Bullshit.
You ever
Look at all the comments are like, "Oh, good for you."
You ever see the meme where it's like like what you think you're doing, what you think you look like, what you're actually, or like what you look like, or what you're actually doing, or whatever. Right. And it's like you got these people acting like models and shit. And you see those posts. And it's like, this is what you think you look like, and they're all like, "Oh yeah," And then it's like, but what they actually look like, and they're just like, with a phone in their hand, like, totally. Like if you're ever like in a grocery store and you're just watching someone like just going,
oh no,
duck lips. The duck lips are the worst when they do that. I've seen these paranormal videos, right? This one particular one. This girl is making this stupid duck face in a mirror and then taking a selfie. It's like, well, why do you need the mirror if you're taking a selfie? The selfie will mirror you. But she has to take the selfie in the mirror like this. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and then something moved, and then they panned over.
I never thought of that before. Could you look at yourself in the phone to take a photo, but then... Oh, I can't even be bothered.
I know. Yeah, don't ask.
It's like
too stupid.
It's literally that pose where they're just like.
It's too stupid.
It's
like, I don't know. I can't even do it.
It's especially annoying though. Just you can't go anywhere without these people like just doing that shit. And it's like, can you move the fuck out of the way so I can get to the bread, please? Like,
when you Photoshop when oversharing pictures of your food, you might be phony.
Yeah, look at the size of my sausages. They're not photoshopped at all. Look at that. It's a good 7 inches on that sausage. Sorry. Blood sausage. Whack.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The thing is, like, it is annoying and silly and all the rest of it, but also, like, it's just a shame that so many of us are made to feel like we have to compete like that. Because again, it's like keeping up with the Joneses, but instead of like your picket fence and your manicured lawn, it's like, 20 photos a day to make sure that you're looking like a model at all moments of the day, even if you work in a,
and I had a friend who was like that. It was like, and I loved her to death, but it was just like, oh my God, I can't take you anywhere. It's like she just everything, every minute, every day, everything had to be like walking on the runway. She'd be at the mall. I'd just be there, just casually walking, and she's like,
"Hey, Laurie."
Fucking stopping at every reflective window. Just...
Oh, God.
Oh, I have a story, but it's about a dude doing that. Okay, this is the best. So there's this one RM that I work with, and it was hysterical. And I was told that he does this dance shit. I don't know exactly what it is, but I imagine it's like group dance and like flash mob type of deal. Hey, Lori. So he has this, I guess, self-obsession, and he had just been down harassing us at the office, and he's walking back toward the elevators, and he stops at this vacant office, looks in the window, and he does one of these. Like that. And I was looking at him, and I busted out laughing so hard I was like on the floor rolling around. Like, look at him. He's so obsessed with his looks, and he's got to look in a window of a vacant office, and then he's got to do the hair flip.
It's like fucking Zoolander. Just
it is. It was exactly like it was so funny.
It's hard being ridiculously good looking.
And he's not. He's a big dork. He's just a giant dork. And he's just like
he's a himbo in his own mind.
He thinks he's hot.
Like sexy Squidward and
you
like
think you're hot, you're not.
just...
It was so funny. And I laughed so hard, it was like I didn't have to point. And my girlfriend looks, she's like, what is wrong? I'm like, he's flipping his hair. Look, he's flipping his hair in the window. What the fuck is that?
And I bet the guy will unironically say that he's the most masculine,
right.
Guys, like he's so.
Or he'd probably say something about a woman doing the same thing, like straightening her hair in one of those.
Right? Because I haven't guys being camp or effeminate or whatever. Like some guys look great doing it, but it's when you get somebody who's trying to say, "I'm an alpha male, I'm all stereotypical masculine," and then you look like Andrew Tate when you get arrested. I mean, what the hell?
Exactly.
And his purple pink blouse and his slip-on shoes. What the bloody hell?
You gotta have your macho friend take your chains off for you.
Yeah, oh my God. And this is the same RM that one time, he starts talking to me about some loan, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not assigned to that deal yet. And then in the next hour, I got assigned to it, that deal he was talking to me. He goes, you thought you could get rid of me. And I saved that email because it was so creepy. I was like, this goes in my creep file just in case something down the line happens.
I would have had to have said no, actually herpes is a lot easier to get rid of than you.
I wanted to really bad say something like that, yes. because it just was like, it was like, what'd you just say to me? So yeah, I kind of saved that email, put that aside, like that's creepy. And it was the way he said it too. It's like this one line and then a little smiley face at the end. I'm like, ooh, psycho. Okay.
I don't know. I bet reading that email and the voice that would come to mind is, you thought you couldn't get rid of me, princess. You cannot escape me, baby.
Everything in me just retracted.
Where you going, sweetie?
Like pulled right in.
Fucking the Reddit mod nerd voice.
Oh god. Shuddering. Like oh. And then
I just wanted to hold hands with you, my sweet flower.
That same thing, just flipping its hair in a mirror. Like, ah! And I had to die laughing because that was just, if I had a camera at that moment and could catch that on video, that would have been the best. God, some people are just, that was perfect. But yeah, so it's not just girls that do it or whatever. It's guys. Guys do that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
Well, one of the things that the newer generation is this word called mewing, and it's literally like if you ask a Gen Gen Alpha what mewing is, they'll go.
Oh,
I don't know how exactly they try to they do something with their face to make their jawline more pronounced. They're like,
oh right.
I can't do it, obviously. I don't have
Maxing.
Yeah. Oh God, Maxing. The words that they're using now.
Well, every generation has their thing.
Now you're just showing your age. Come on, now you are the elder millennial.
I am unked out at this point. Like, I mean,
No.
I have no riz.
I don't know half these new slang words either. I learned some of them from my stepkid, but
that's what the Urban Dictionary is for.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Skibbity.
Skibbity. That's an older one though, isn't it? Skibbity.
Yeah, but the
thing is, if you each generation sometimes as well recycle cool words from generations before, so they'll say it and you go, oh yeah, we were saying that when we were kids, and they're like, no you weren't, we made it up 5 years ago. It's like, actually
exactly.
We were there when
or they'll
was
change
made.
the meaning of it to make it something else.
See, I kind of like to mess with older generations by saying things like, about bands that they grew up with. And saying things like, yeah, you know that band AC/DC? Oh, yeah, no, that was before your time. And I say that to people who are older than me. And they just look at me so angry.
My mom and
Dylan
dad were... That reminds me of my mom and dad because they were 19 years apart, right? And one of them, my dad would start talking about something like music or something, and my mom had gotten pissed at him for something like earlier, and she would say, "Yeah, that was before my time," and he would just get this look on his face like, "You." That used to crack me up. Because they were almost a generation apart. That was kind of interesting. I always used to say my dad was immature and my mom was really mature. So it worked out.
Well, isn't that why, on average, certainly when I was younger, it tended to be men were 2 years older than their partners? Mm-hmm. And I always figured that was just reflecting the different levels of maturity, like rates of maturity. That's what I think.
Yeah. Probably.
Just imagine a whole generation though of difference. Like that's like, what it's just weird. Fundamentally, it's just weird. But then also like,
Yes.
how do you even connect with someone who's of significant age younger than you? Because in that kind of in any kind of meaningful way, or in a relationship like that, to me it's just like, because like all of you've like, okay, by the age of 20, say like the generation, gap was like 20 years, you've already by that time gone through school, you've already had probably your first, boyfriend or girlfriend. You've already started living, and then your partner has just been born. Now imagine you're
Yeah,
40 dating
yeah.
someone 20, and it's like, by the time you're 40, you have literally lived half your life. And this person's life is kind of just starting, and it's like,
Well, now, to be fair, when my parents got together, my mother was almost 30. She was 29. And my dad was 48. So it was quite an age difference. But like I said,
but you're both adults that have been well into your
at that
adulthood by
point,
that point.
yeah,
So
by that point, my mom had been on her own since she was 16. So she was very mature for a 29-year-old. She paid all her bills and lived on her own as a single woman since she was 16. So it was different for her. And my dad had been married a couple times, and that was his deal. So I think it just ended up working for them. But yeah, as for on a regular basis,
like
I wouldn't recommend
there
it.
could be things that can generally true, but then like you say, individual circumstances or couples or whatever, because like there's 19-year-olds that are really really mature, and then there's others that are kind of like they're like 16 still, like
Yeah.
more stereotypical 16, more like a child. So yeah,
Yeah,
it can
yeah,
vary
and
a
then
lot.
there's 40-year-olds that are very mature, and then there's 40-year-olds that act like
Yeah,
12-year-olds.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
The
just
factory I worked in, I was like 18, 19, and a couple of the guys were over 60, and I thought, Jesus, it's like being back at school with 15-year-olds.
it is.
It's stupid.
I feel that way
Yeah.
a lot in the office. It feels like high school, and
Mm,
these people are in their 50s. What
well,
the fuck is wrong with
fortunately, it's
you?
not like you don't work in an industry that's supposed to be responsible, law-abiding, mature.
Not at all.
It's not
No,
like you're
it's not
dealing
like
with
I have to.
money or anything important. Big bits of money
No,
as well.
no,
It's
not
fine.
millions and billions of
It's fine.
dollars or
Yeah,
anything,
it's
or
all good.
people's livelihoods. No, you know, terrorist
Oh
lists.
no, E, is your elephant fallen off?
We
oh,
lost the elephant.
oh,
Leela,
I
where's your elephant?
Leela!
Hey,
Yay!
I was
hi
worried.
Woo!
Leela.
I thought maybe it had gone splat, and it was a flat elephant.
Yay!
It fell off the shelf.
Yeah, no, you can't have
Elephant
that.
on the shelf instead of elf on the shelf.
Yeah, elephant.
I love
You
it.
actually literally addressed an elephant that wasn't in the room.
The elephant that
A rare
left the
first.
room.
The elephant has left the building. Generation Joe. Oh, look, Leah's just mentioned
Yeah,
what you were
Generation
mentioning
Jones.
between
Right,
X and Boomer.
and so
Ah,
and that's kind of where I remember Leela talking about it, and my friend Pam talks about it because they
I didn't.
both
I didn't think Leela
subscribe.
was that old at all.
I
It's
know, right?
ridiculous.
They both subscribe to Generation Jones, and I found that really
Hmm.
interesting
Yeah.
because of that gap, and it makes sense to me that people
Hmm.
would identify with that because there are gaps and things
Yeah.
aren't cut and dried,
Well,
especially in
I mean,
generation.
if a
Spectrum.
generation's 20 years, you think about a decade. There's only 10 years. So I mean, 20 years is pretty generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm reading this thing and it says that they and they call them generational buckets, which is pretty funny to me. I don't know why. It's amusing. But they span about 15... Bucket. You're in a bucket. It just sounds funny. But it's just high. It spans 15 to 20 years. And then the micro generations serve as bridges that explain the subtle differences. So, I mean, they had to do this. They had to. Because it doesn't otherwise... You can't just cut it off. Oh, all of a sudden... You have this attitude. No, that doesn't work like
Kick
that.
me.
It's a gradual.
Kick the bucket. No, don't kick me, because
The rabbit kicked the bucket, the bucket, the bucket.
I usually reserve this for political reasons, but
yeah.
I felt like it was
exactly.
appropriate.
It's a nice way to say KYS without getting kicked from a panel.
Right, exactly.
Note the color of the bucket, and that's why I use it for political purposes. But anyways,
So I like that. If anyone was wondering why Generation Jones is named Generation Jones, it is actually kind of what I thought it was. So part of it is there was this phrase in the U.S. back when I was young in the 90s, and it's jonesing.
Yeah.
You're jonesing for a high. You're jonesing for an ice cream cone. So it's craving, right?
Yeah.
And what they are craving is the American dream they were promised, but never received.
Right.
And then also it references keeping up with the Joneses. So
Right.
that whole, trying to keep
Because
up.
they're the generation that are starting to not do as well as the previous one. They're that transition, the start of the slide kind of thing.
Yeah.
see,
So
you're getting old when you say keeping up with the Joneses, and someone younger than you says, "Don't you mean keeping up with the Kardashians?"
God.
Generation
that's a good-
Kardashian doesn't
that's a-
have the same ring.
No, but that's such a kind of like an encapsulation rather than, because it's bad enough that you're trying to keep up with better off people next door. Now you're trying to keep up with the global elite through social media.
Right.
Elite through social media. So that
Which is,
very nice encapsulation there, E.
it was actually very
Yeah.
good.
This is where we're headed, I mean, it's like familiar phrases that we older people know about, and all this stuff that it sucks because as I get older, like very much of millennial humor is very referential, and it sucks when people don't get your references because like you realize they're too young to like know what the fuck you're talking about.
Tell me
like,
about it.
I can't reference The Simpsons hardly anymore. I can't reference like Saturday Night Live or Mad TV or nothing. It's
In fact, TV. It's hard to reference any TV because these younger generations, Gen Z and Gen Alpha,
they don't
watch TV.
Yeah,
They watch
the
YouTube.
iPad.
Even some
They
people
watch
will
YouTube.
watch YouTube, but they'll be watching their TV shows on YouTube. Whereas, like
Yeah.
you say,
Well,
younger
actually-
people just won't have that as a reference at all. Yeah.
Right.
What they'll actually watch is on their iPad. They'll watch YouTube, and if they have another iPad, they'll have like a video game playing in the bed, like Roblox or something.
Right.
And
Right.
and they're on like 2 or 3 different little screens, and it's like brain rotting themselves to death. Like,
Yeah, it's serious. It's like the ultimate in attention deficit, because that's kind of what I do with television, is that I'll have a program playing in the background and then I'll be doing absolutely something completely different.
Yeah.
You
that's
know.
kind of normal. But
No,
it's
no,
like
why
when you
am
have,
I
like,
even bothering with the television? Like, I
because
don't-
it's noise.
dumb.
It's noise, and there's like some other kind of like light and stimulation going off somewhere.
Yeah, it's my
in,
ADD. I have to have like the two things going on. Like I always have to have 2 drinks. You know, I did 2 different drinks. weird.
I mean, if I'm doing, I always have to have something on, but I tend to put music on because if I've got video playing, I want to like sit and watch it. But if I'm doing something else, then yeah, I'll put music on or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Hey, DJ, what's up? I was cleaning my books yesterday. I was bringing them in from the ones I rescued from the fire. Cleaning the grime off of them. So that's what I did instead of. I didn't have the television on when I did that. I did music. It was much better too. That was much better. So
Leela, you're not wrong. Televisions are better as computer monitors. What I'm using right now is a Vizio TV as a monitor, and it has not failed me once. I've had actual computer monitors, and they've all fucking died. But this fucking TV, for some reason, is fucking still plugging along. Hasn't gotten any burn-in whatsoever.
That's something. Yeah, we should all go to televisions instead. That's an expensive
But don't get
monitor, though.
Don't get a smart TV because those fuckers are designed to track you. So,
is it? It's not a CRT you've got, is it? You got a flat screen, right?
Yeah, it's just a 19-inch.
So you talk about age. I don't think you even knew what I said then when I said CRT TV, did you?
Oh no! It's the fucking big.
Yeah,
TVs.
That's it. The big, okay, you did. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. He doesn't even know what it's
the one. No, I remember those. I remember those because I remember when we transitioned from like the big console TVs and CRTs into flat screens. How many of those were sitting on the side of the road waiting to be smashed in with a baseball bat? I mean, I might have said too much.
One of your friends, right?
Oh,
it's somebody you know.
Yeah,
no, me and like every friend that I had in the neighborhood that we'd go around and break shit.
Well, I mean, if it was garbage, whatever.
Yeah, if people leave it out, we'd grab it and fucking chuck it into the drive-through of a Burger King or something. Look, I'm not gonna say that I was an innocent kid, okay?
Like, Duke.
It's more like,
let's see what chaos ensues.
Smash! Run!
Oh my god. And we were talking vandalism. Anyway.
Generations, listen,
Generation vandalism.
The one thing that the newer generations has, they don't really have, like, there's not big TVs for them to break. But, they stay indoors all day and night. They don't go out and, they do cause some havoc. I'm not going to say they're innocent either, but I mean, at least they got the iPads to keep them at bay.
Okay. Oh God. Yeah. Talking about Generation Jones. So, this is interesting about them. They were too young to attend Woodstock or fight in Vietnam, but they were shaped by Watergate, Nixon's resignation, and that would pretty much give you a cynicism. I think so. It makes sense. They're kind of on the Gen X side. I was used to tease my friend Pam that, no, you're a Gen Xer. She got the attitude,
Yeah, Gen X in spirit.
Yeah, she was a punk, too. So it's like, no, you're a Gen Xer.
I don't know. I remember 9/11. We had 9/11 as millennials. 9/11 and Y2K.
Y2K.
Yeah, that's
Y2K was stupid.
For some younger people, it's like 2 or 3 financial crashes. Iraq.
Yeah.
Like formative. Yeah, jeez.
Trying to think of. Let's see. We had Desert Storm. We had Iraq. Persian Gulf, Iraq. A few 3 or 1. But they're all, to me, they were all trumped up wars. It wasn't anything. And Vietnam was, that was terrible. That was bad. Taking that over, that was just also very stupid. So yeah, I can see how that would jade a whole group of people. I personally really do think it jaded Gen X too. I mean, we don't trust government. I don't trust any government.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, like the fallout from 2001 that we're still living with, and 2008, us having to pay for that, then being told we got to pay for the corruption from the pandemic, then being
Right.
told we got to pay for Ukraine, then being told we got to pay for somebody deciding to get Iran to prove they could close the Strait of Hormuz, and it just goes on and on. We've just got to keep paying for it all. Russia,
Right.
just like sort of, why is it always the poorest people that have to keep paying for this shit when it's you, powerful and rich people, that keep doing it?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Jesus.
and they're always the guys going to wars, but it's always the young people
Yeah,
that are
right.
fighting them, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
poor sons get to go to war and literally pay with their
It ain't
bodies, and the rest of us
me.
get to pay with increased taxes for the shit that we used to blow people up with.
I ain't no senator's son. No.
Can we just start eating the rich? Just
Well,
start
I'm
eating
vegan, so fortunately I don't have to think about that too much, but I'll happily
Right.
kill them for the rest of years. I've got no
We
moral
could-
quandary with that.
we can start with the fuckers who got elevators in their houses.
So now, I got something for you. So with Zennials, excuse me,
Zennials.
Zillennials,
I can't help but I can't help not say exennials.
or Xennials. I don't know how you would really pronounce that. I guess Zenny. I'm guessing.
I don't know. I didn't make it up.
But what it says is that they remember life before the internet, like making plans via landline phones, researching with physical encyclopedias, not Google, and
Phone books.
but you effort your generation that gap generation effortlessly adopted the technology, which is that's interesting.
Like digital natives they talk about as well, isn't it? Like generations that have always had it there. Whereas like Gen
Right.
X, we saw the first home computers. We were like, what's it, early 20s or 2020 when the internet came along. But like for some people, it's always been there. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it is funny because like, yeah, I remember, like always, it's like my mom and dad always being like, "Hey, how do I do this on the computer? Or how do I do this and that?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, instantly, I'd show you how I do it. And they would just always ask me. And for the longest time, like my mom would, she'd get a new phone or something. She'd be asking me. At some point or another, though, I have like burnt out. I don't know what the fuck. Every version of Android is fucking different. So anytime
Yeah.
my mom asks me for help on something, I don't fucking know.
Right.
But it's
Right.
like,
It's like
You
it
know,
changed, right? It got
but,
to a point where now you don't even know.
but one of my older family members on Christmas asked me to say, "Hey, how do you set up a Fire Stick?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. Ask one of the younger people who's,
Yeah.
one of the grandchildren or whatever.
Yeah,
These-
you gotta go younger,
I-
guy. Younger.
Yeah,
I don't even
Yeah.
have kids to help me figure this shit out myself. You guys, what these other little snots.
That's what we did to Jordan too. My stepkid, Kurt especially would just be like, Jordan, I don't know how to fix this thing. Here, just take it. And he would
Yeah.
hand him his phone. Jordan was like, oh, okay. He didn't want to do it either. He was like, and at some point he was just like, Dad, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause I get asked to set up the Betamax video recorder to record overnight, right? My dad could have done it. He just couldn't be bothered to read the instruction manual, and I was like, "Oh, I'll work it out." Did that, and then I could record the heavy metal rock program that was on at 2 o'clock in the morning. They had no idea, so that was good for me.
That's cool.
But the thing is, like you say, like it's just like I wanted the theme from a TV program as a ringtone on my phone, and I could have researched how to like get the audio scraped off of YouTube and done all the codec and all that and done it. Or I could have just handed it to my kid and gone, would you mind, please? Could you do it? And like 10 minutes later, it's on my phone. Whereas for me, I would have had to have started from nearly from ground zero. And, yeah, it's just
exactly. It's just faster. Here, you do it.
And the other thing is when you're younger, you can get really deep into subcultural art and all that because you go to school and then the rest of the time's your own. But if you go to work, you've got all the activities of daily living and, maybe socializing if you're that kind of person and, various things that you have to do. And compared to a kid who's 10 who hasn't maybe got any homework or not as much, they've got all that spare time to be online and learning about all this stuff. Whereas we're like, well, I could, research this at 3 hours from the ground up, or I could just give it to my 10-year-old nephew who'll do it in 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah, Leela says, she's not afraid of technology. I'm not afraid of technology. I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
For me, it's a fine line between am I in this device going to get along, or am I going to end up fucking breaking this piece of shit?
See, that's just me with any kind of. I always said computers hate me, and my husband never believed me. He was a computer genius. The guy dreamt in code, and he never believed me until we got these new computers, and it hated me. It hated my guts, and he finally said, "You know what? You're right. Computers hate you."
One of my restaurant jobs, fast food. They were gonna put me on the window, and I was like, "Oh God, I got to deal with the computer." Yeah. I'm like, this thing is gonna fuck up on me as soon as I get on. And what do you know? As soon as I got on that window, and it was a Windows machine that was running all the orders and stuff, the motherfucker blue screens.
And
I said to my manager, I'm like, I told you, you put me on a computer and it's gonna fuck up. And it did. It blue screened. And as soon as I got on the motherfucker, I'm like,
it must be my electromagnetic pulse.
Hi, Cascadia.
Hey, CWS, what's up? Yeah, no. I wish computers liked me. I really do. They don't. I had to spend literally 3 days with Audacity to figure out, to end up having a friend go on ChatGPT to figure out that it's somewhere buried in my settings, way, way deep down inside, this microphone was not turned on. And go figure, it worked everywhere else but my dog.
Oh, no, don't. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing, why I say computers hate me. Because it's just crap like that always happens to me.
Or like,
it's like, why?
Or like Windows doesn't update and breaks itself. Like, and then it's like all of a sudden everything I'm trying to download and install says something about JavaScript or C++ isn't, the file's not right or whatever. And I'm looking this shit up, trying all the fixes. None of them are working. And then, I don't know, like a month later, the problem just disappears.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like when you take your car into the mechanic because it was making this noise and it never makes the noise again. Like, son of a...
Oh, yeah. It was doing it a minute ago, honest.
Fucker's gaslighting
It's been
us.
doing it for a week.
Yeah.
How? That's happened to me. I'm sorry we can't find anything wrong. What do you mean? It was going clunk, clunk, clunk down the road. That's funny, Leela.
Fucking machines are gaslighting us.
Well, that's just like we were talking earlier about ads and stuff and seeing that. I would have a conversation with somebody and then go on Facebook later and there's an ad for the thing we were talking about. That's creepy. I mean, that stuff really did happen. So I don't like that. But
Well, I saw a TV program, like I think it was like 99 or something, like 1999 or something. So early days of the internet, and it was mainly set in the States where you had the internet for a couple of years before us. And it already there was a young woman on there saying, you know, eventually it's going to be that we're all going to be putting all of our lives online, right? And this is in 1999, she's saying this. And she's saying, I've just decided to embrace it and have a webcam in my house, again, it's 1999, broadcasting 24/7, and just get used to the idea that the only privacy I'm going to have is in between my own ears. And that thought just keeps popping up into my head that somebody in 99 had
yeah,
already given into this stuff and presumed that it was going to be a
right.
reality. And it,
Yeah,
like, fast forward 27 years, and, I would say that most people are going to agree that we're definitely further along that line than we
I
were
think
in
so.
99. So, yeah.
Yeah. I
Whether you want
mean,
to be or not, because of the sheer amount of data collection that's done through, like in the States, if you, because I don't know about here, like in here, you can still pay for a bus journey using cash, but they would clearly much rather you didn't. In London, I don't think
right.
you can now. You have to use an Oyster card or a debit or credit card.
I
So,
found it
yeah.
interesting.
So
Actually,
then just everything's recorded. So,
they no longer. So we used to, when I went to concerts and stuff, they never would take
Hi,
debit
James.
cards for, hey James, for
hey, James.
T-shirts and stuff, for merch. You had to have cash, right?
Right.
Now it's the opposite. They will not take cash. You
Yeah.
must have a card. And I
Right.
was like, when I went to the Queens of the Stone Age concert, I was buying, some merch, and I
Oh,
was like, oh, that's weird.
yeah, because back in the day, I guess they would have said cash only because in order to take cards, they probably would have had to have a PDQ machine with a wireless connection, which
Right.
is having worked again in financial services. I know that if that time, whenever it would have been a lot harder to do now than now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it will be, we don't want to do cash because, again, it's that moving physical objects through actual time and space, the same as with,
Right.
because, again, worked my time working in a bank recently. They
Hi,
had a
Michael. So,
deal signed with a major supermarket in the UK that the supermarket wasn't going to price anything other than in tens or fives, because that
Oh,
way
yeah.
the bank didn't have to give them twos and ones and it saved them money. And
Right.
and in this, I don't know about in the US, but here the level of efficiency is stupid because what happened was that ATMs, the banks didn't think it was worth their time to put fivers in the machine.
Yeah. They
So
haven't put
fivers went out
fives.
of circulation. So you've got a private industry affecting a national currency, which is supposed to be sovereign. And now they're trying to do the same thing with twos and ones. And essentially, they want to do away with physical cash because it's cheaper,
Yeah.
right? Now, that's
Yeah.
fine for everybody that can use plastic. But there are people, again, it's the poorest in society that will pay. Because if you're on the
Yeah.
street, you're not going to have a PDQ or a card, but you can probably beg for change. So
That's
it's bullshit.
exactly.
I
It's
wonder if,
scary. It's
wonder
scary
if,
not having something physical. We were talking
well,
earlier about
Hmm.
the games not being physical now,
can I,
right?
can
What
I just,
happens when the money doesn't become
And it's
can,
the
can
level
I,
of
can I
control because,
just
like,
download my own money? Can I just
Yeah,
pirate my
no.
money?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
you were
And
saying
what
about the
happens?
control with games where they can just pull a game even though you've paid for it, right? Well, they can, if everything in your life is literally on your phone, then if the government decides or a private company decides that they don't like XYZ that you're doing, or the computer says no, regardless of whether you've done it,
They just
you can
freeze your
just have your
bank
life
account.
yanked out from under you straight
Yeah.
away. Whereas if you got cash, it's like, well, everybody accepts cash unless they're going to see me on the wanted list. You got more, whether you're actually guilty or not. Because people say as well, if you've done nothing wrong, you've nothing to worry about. It's like, but we're building this
Well, that
infrastructure where,
Right, but
China.
maybe you
yeah,
do.
just
Yeah.
China already has something like that. It's a social credit
social,
system,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
and
you
that gets weird
if you
too.
pick your nose in public, you can't fly, or
Right. Yeah, I
whatever.
saw, and I can't remember what it was, but I want to say it was an animation, a cartoon, and it was something similar where people at home, it was like a social media thing. So if they didn't like a person, they would just downvote him, like
I think
like
that was
Right.
Black
like thumbs
Mirror.
down. You
Yeah.
It was
know?
like a Black Mirror episode like
Yeah.
that, where it was like, like a popularity contest that actually like
Yeah.
affects your
Hmm.
ability to do anything.
To do anything, to buy anything, to buy and sell, to get a job, buy a
Mm.
house, anything. It was just about popularity. And it was like, whoa, what the fuck? What if that really, I mean, we hold social media in such a high regard and so
Yeah, I mean,
important.
because the thing is, like, computers and the internet is supposed to be free, and it is in some ways, but with the way that everything is, ultimately a slave to profit, rather than other things, coming into, because again, even when it comes to music, you've got the ability to self-publish. Everybody has now, which is democratizing.
Right.
But when big business took over took over YouTube, if you've got a label behind you and all the advertising and all the rest of it, name recognition, then as an independent artist, it's hard for you to get a leg in, even though you've got distribution or that yourself now. It's like, well, so is
Right.
everyone else and the big labels. You're all in the same space. So, and the
Exactly.
closure of local venues, and yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's
That was a
it's
big deal.
tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah. It is very tricky.
I think I'm going to have to start researching how to become a cyberpunk in actuality.
Right?
Like shimmer suit, EMP personal gun, whatever. Yeah,
Oh, I'd
just,
like that.
yeah.
Ooh, let me know. I'm into it.
Reread Neuromancer and stuff by William Gibson. And yeah.
There's a whole genre of role playing games that was cyberpunk. In fact, there was a whole
There's a
role playing
game
game
called
called Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk
yeah.
2077.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember the cultural discussions about that. She was saying when it came out, because, yeah.
And it came out, it was such a mess, but honestly, I love when games glitch. I love playing glitchy, fucked up games. And for it to be a cyberpunk game where everything is glitching up,
Which is
that's so
perfect, yeah,
appropriate.
I suppose it does fit with the genre, don't it, actually? Yeah, thinking about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But there was a role playing game before the before the video game. It was a role playing game in my day. Speaking of generations,
Back in my day, we only had 3
in my
channels.
day, Shuddy.
Back in my day, we didn't have a remote. We just had our
Yeah.
kid get up and change the channel.
We
right.
had to play with actual pieces on a piece of card and everything, not like you guys playing with your pixels on your screen. We had to go around
Back
each
in
other's
my day.
houses and battle the mums to get control of the kitchen table. You don't know what
We
it was
actually
like.
had buttons to press. There was none of this touch screen.
Back in my
stuff.
day, if we wanted to make a phone call, we had to stick our finger in a hole and turn this thing and wait for it to roll back around till we get the next one.
You were lucky. We had to turn a crank, and it was in 2 separate pieces. I tell you.
Walked to
And if the
school
wind weren't
both
blowing in
way
the right
uphill.
direction, you had no hope.
Back in my day, we only
Uphill
had
both
150 Pokemon.
50
We used to
Pokemon.
huddle in a corner for fear of falling and get up 3 hours before we went to bed. I tell you.
I used to walk 15 miles through a snowstorm. No, you didn't.
Kids today
Uphill both
don't know
ways.
they're born.
Yeah, here you go, Gary.
I'm really coming control
He's-
for my 2 older
For
brothers.
the 2 older brothers, yeah. I was just entertainment for my 1 older brother. He said, "Here's an 8-volt battery. Stick your tongue on it." And I went, and sighed.
A gold-painted
Years
princess phone. What's a gold-painted? A gold-painted print? What?
I had a princess phone.
Intrigued. What's a
It was
princess?
not gold painted, it was beige. But I was very happy to have a phone at all. Especially with a very long cord in the 80s because
Oh, I thought that's probably what it was.
exactly.
I
Exactly.
used to
It
have
was
one of
these
those because
right.
I like the old-looking style.
Yeah. Yeah. You get the long cord, go around the corner.
Yeah.
So your parents couldn't hear you talking about whatever.
Yeah, rotary phones. And here, our emergency number is 999, which is the number that takes the longest to go around the dial. At least you guys have 911. By the time we
Right.
phoned them, everybody's dead. Which service do you require? None. They're all dead. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks anyway.
Why can't they do
Should make it at least
111?
make it
Hell.
229
Yeah,
or
or just
something.
treble one. Why not treble one? It was right there.
Right, it's right there. It's so evil.
Jesus.
I saw this video. They gave kids a rotary phone and tried to get them to figure out how to do it, and they
Oh,
couldn't
don't.
do
I've
it.
seen that. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, God. That'll make me feel
Imagine
old.
trying to send
Jesus.
a text with a rotary phone. Remember like T9, how annoying that was? Where you had to like fucking hit the 2 button, 3 button,
Like
whatever, how many
4
times.
times, yeah.
Just to get a letter. And if you missed it, you had to cycle back through it.
Yeah, just typing the could be a bitch.
Took all fucking day long on your Nokia, you know. You're,
Yeah, but one of my managers saw me text when we were on a cigarette break, and she thought I was playing a game because I would go so quick that sometimes the cursor was behind me, and I'd have to wait for it to catch up because I was just like, I was super quick on that.
Oh my god, I got so sick of that. I remember getting my first smartphone late. I was never a new adopter of new technology, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I had the phone that flipped up, and I would type. But then the smartphones came out because that thing just got to be a pain.
Yeah,
in the
and
ass.
what I can't understand is there's some people that still do the tappy tap on a smartphone. I was like, seriously, you haven't switched to the slide input.
I
Because
know.
slide input's great.
Yeah.
You're still doing the tippy tappy. You clearly don't text that much because otherwise you'd have nerve damage at the end of your fingers.
Seriously, everybody texts. It's gotten to a point where it's like I just go to voice. I don't even bother with the tippy tappy anymore. And then my girlfriend, she has voice to text, and that's just hysterical.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, we've got one girl at work, and for some reason, instead of it coming out as her name, it comes out as the word almighty. And my friend doesn't change it. So I just, like, when I read it, I read the girl's actual name, but it's funny that it says, like, almighty as an almighty God. Like, yes, she's almighty. Just weird. It's stupid technology.
So, Leela mentioned party lines, and I've heard about these, but I don't know that we ever had them here, but they sound kind of cool.
I remember those. We called into those all the time. So you
So
basically,
it's a line for the whole street or something, right?
you'd call into a number, like
Yeah.
an 88 number or something, and there would just be a ton of people just talking. Ton of people.
gossiping, probably talking shit about
No.
someone.
No, not even.
No.
Just like, where are you from? I'm from, Detroit. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from California.
I thought
Or
it was just like, I thought you'd have a party line for like a row of houses or something.
No, it was just random people.
Oh.
It was, and they called it
like a
party
chat room
line.
almost.
Yes, it was a version of a
Oh.
chat room, but on the telephone before we had internet.
What
Oh my
that would
God.
be so.
Wow.
You could fuck with that. Somebody just sitting there making fart noises.
I'm going to say you must have had some people trolling like you do nowadays.
Oh yeah, you had a ton of people doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Being
flirting
weird
or,
and-
getting
oh.
weird, or sometimes you get cool ones and they were fun. Some fun people, but then you get weird shit too. Yeah, it was crazy.
Can I get your postal address? I want to send you a dick pic. That kind
Exactly.
of thing.
Mail you
Unsolicited
one.
dick pic. No.
So someone just starts moaning on the phone. Oh,
Yeah, I know. Just think of that. You're going to get that kind
oh,
of horn bombed, but through an audio line rather than on a
yeah.
panel or
Audio
whatever.
line.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's weird, yeah. The weird shit. we used
Leela's
to
not
do.
good with talking to people that she already knows, apparently. Is that because, like, I don't know. Do you get bored easily, Leela, or do you just find people irritating after a while, or are you worried that they know you too well?
No,
Oh, you
yeah, the
see,
ones,
Cascadia is saying it was all on the same street, which is what I thought, but
not the ones that I used. Maybe there were ones like
or
that,
maybe it depends on the
but
network or the state or something like that.
yeah, I think it depends on the number you called. So there were
Ah,
probably local party lines, but the ones we were
mm,
calling were like national. They were
mm.
from all over the place, and it was like a 888 number or eight. It was a weird or 877 or something like that. Some type of, and you had to pay for it. It wasn't free. So
See, I
that's why it was like,
remember,
Yeah,
I
it wasn't
remember,
800, it was off of that.
right.
899 or 877, something like that.
I remember when it was like when there was like you could call someone, and then you say, "Hold on a second," you like put them on hold. You dial someone else, and you switch back to that person, and it would put you into a three-way call,
Yeah.
Ah.
and
Oh,
those were kind of interesting.
hmm.
Yeah, I remember when we got like call waiting and stuff like that, and that was new. And they didn't have it automatically. You had to ask for it. But
Yeah.
that made prank calls weird, and I remember living in my first apartment in a ghetto, pretty much. And I was talking on the phone with a girlfriend, and this person calls me on call waiting. So I go over thinking it's somebody I want to talk to, like my mother or something. And I go over, and it's this guy, and he's trying to, talk all. He's like, "You can't get rid of me. You can't hang up the phone unless I hang up. So even
Oh,
when you pick it up, I'll still be here." He was trying to freak me out,
oh.
and he didn't realize I was on the other line with my girlfriend. I didn't tell him that. I'm like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, okay." And I clicked over, and I told my girlfriend what was going on. I'm like, "This creepy guy. I don't know what's going on. If he's
Hmm.
watching me or something, if he knows I'm alone." I don't know what so we had this huge conversation. We're talking for an hour, and I finally heard the click, click. He finally hung up. He sat there for an hour waiting for me. He didn't think about the call waiting, though, that I was on the other line with somebody else. But it took him a
Gee.
long time because I was waiting. Because you used to be able
Yeah.
to hear that. It would be a
Mm-hmm.
click, just a
Mm-hmm.
subtle click.
Yeah, yeah.
Aha! There, he
Yeah,
hung
it's
up.
like if you had like when as time went on, we had a phone upstairs and downstairs, and you could hear it if someone picked up. Because, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was just really, that was weird, though. And I still don't know to this day who that was, or if they were
Mm,
watching me, or if they just randomly called my number. I had a weird phone number, too, at the time. And so, yeah, that was
mm,
freaky. Party line is
that
the
is
worst. Coach.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Something like that.
creepy. That
Shit.
was like the creep. Like you can't hang up, and you couldn't hang up the phone unless the other person hung up.
Mm,
That was the weird thing. It wouldn't hang up
mm,
the phone. So if you went back and tried to call someone else on a landline
mm,
back then, that person could still be on there, just
mm.
hanging there waiting for you.
They say that's one thing with they say about scammers on the phone here now is they try and make out the bank, and then so if you don't believe me, hang up. We'll
Mm-hmm.
hang up, end the call, and then you can call them, and they just stay on the line, and it's a quirk that, and then they
Exactly.
just get a colleague on the line or pretend to be somebody else, and then off you go again, and that, yeah, it's you think you
Yeah.
phone the bank and you're still connected to the scammer,
Exactly.
but it's
And
nuts.
and
That's
it's
that's still even possible nowadays with like tech now. It's just
right.
daft.
Well, now, you've got all the scam baiters and stuff, and they know how to
Uh,
hack right back into those guys. I've seen a couple of them hack
yeah.
right, like Kit Boga and them, hack right back into the scammers and then take control of their whole computers and basically have them on their knees, begging
Good,
them to give it back. Oh, yeah,
good.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What is Shelley saying? Because I'm normally quite good at reading emojis, but it's like one day something not home, but
One
some
day,
strawberries.
guitar not home, but got some
Strawberry leathers. Oh, they the
Strawberry
like
leather. Okay, yeah,
leather
the fruit leather.
sweets. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice stuff. That is.
I love
I
it.
couldn't
Yeah.
think what that was. I thought strawberry leathers. What?
Yeah, yeah. It's been a while since I had real strawberry leather, though.
Yeah,
You usually get this stuff that's like candy. You know,
yeah.
it's all high fructose corn syrup shit. But
Mm.
the real stuff, it's like I don't know how they do it. Maybe a jam or just blend it, and put it on that sheet. It was so good. As a kid, I used to get that, the real stuff. But
I'll tell you what, some kids these days don't know about answering machines and pagers.
pagers, those were so stupid. Oh my god.
Just call me on my pager. Oh,
only
someone's
people I know
paging me. I gotta go find a phone.
I only know people that sold pot that had pages. There was like 3 people and they all sold pot. That was the only reason they had them.
That, yeah, and drugs, selling drugs. And then when I worked at the call center, it was before cell phones.
Yeah.
And we were not allowed to go and make phone calls. So if like anybody had to get a hold of me, I had to have a pager.
Ah. Yeah, that's
So
if you've got family or something or whatever. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, I had
sense.
family that was trying to get a hold of me, so I had this stupid pager, and I just remember, friends texting you boobs and shit on the pagers.
What's
Yeah, that crap
what's
happened.
Kit Boga? Neela said Kit Boga. What's that?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a streamer
He's
who
a
like
scam
messes with
baiter.
scammers.
Oh,
scam baiter.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
He's a
cool.
big one in the scam baiter community.
He sits
He's
there
one
and
of the
like
best.
wastes their time a lot of the
Or
time.
maybe I'll
Like,
have a
he
look
just-
because I like trying
Yeah.
to make up silly personal details to give scammers and just keep them on the phone as long as possible.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love Kit Boga.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna
just
love
I'm
it.
just
There's
trying
a
to
few of them. Scammer
Cool.
Payback's another one too. Yeah.
nice.
I used to kind of cross with that community a little
Let's go
bit.
to
Yeah,
YouTube's.
they're fun.
Stick their name in.
So it is 10:40 and my vacation has ended. So
No, boo.
No more
goodness,
vacation.
right.
Boo.
At least I got my office together, so it's going to be a lot nicer working.
Yay!
At least there's that. So. Yeah, Beepa. Exactly,
Beepa.
Lori.
Oh, they've nearly got 4 million subs.
Yo,
That's
yeah.
loads.
Huge. They're major.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have a look at that. That'll be
Oh,
good.
it's good. I like it.
Cool.
Especially when they take over the guy in India's computer,
Yeah.
and the guy's just after he's calling him every name in the book because those Indian people can get nasty, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
believe
na-
it.
Oh,
and then he's like, sir, please. Yeah, no.
When you realise that shouting, losing your shit, and swearing is having no effect whatsoever because they've still got your computer by the transistors.
Oh man, so hard. Thank you, Lori. I so need it, especially tomorrow morning. Pray for me, everyone.
It'll
Anyway,
be fine.
it's gonna be fine.
But
Burn. It's just
burn
it's
it all
fine.
down.
Boom. Hammer. Okay. Anyway, we are
That's-
going to disappear backstage. So, everyone, we will have a new subject next week. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you and love you all. And have a wonderful Sunday, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.